Shout out to US ARC and all US ARC members. If you don't know what US ARC is, don't be ashamed. Just go ahead and click the third link in the description below. See what US ARC is all about, okay? You never know when legislations are going to hit your backyard, so that's why it's very important to consider becoming a US ARC member today. These numbers really do matter, and they look at it for consideration when it comes to battling legislation. So first and foremost, thank you, Phil Goss. Thank you to anybody out there who partners up and volunteers with US ARC organization. Thank you for anyone out there who's a US ARC member. And if you can't become a US ARC member today, please talk about it on your platforms. Let your neighbors know, let all your pet stores know what US ARC is here for, and it's here to fight for our animal rights. Thank you to every US ARC member and US ARC supporter out there.
T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Trap Talk Reptile Network, the coolest reptile network in the world. Episode 655, new breeder on the block. The round 2 of Jonny Pythons out of Canada. I'm your boy MJ. With me, Biggie, Top G, Villarino Reptiles. What's good?
What's up? What's up? This is the first time we've been on since Trap Fest, right? At least.
Yeah.
Yo, I gotta say, hung this up. These are freaking beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Holographic, like I love it, bro.
I feel like I will always do Trap Fest just to keep collecting sick little fucking badges like that.
Yeah.
But dude, I want to say thank you for coming out. That wasn't a part of your agenda to cruise out to Trap Fest, and you did last minute.
Yeah.
And because dude, it kind of sucks to like talk about Trap Fest and you not being there. It's kind of like it's almost awkward because it's like you are the trap, like you're so much a part of everything. And so, but I also know how much you got going on, so I wasn't really butthurt at all about you not going. I understood first and foremost, but you made it and you were a part of a legendary group of fucking people who were there. So thank you for coming. Really
it keeps getting better and better, bro. Honestly, I couldn't not hang out with you, with Krista, with Mark, with Marshall, Steven, and Brooke. I mean, I know I'm missing people right now, but I mean, it gets better and better, bro.
Yeah. Krista had a hell of a time. Shout out to Krista.
Yeah.
Which was like, that was my goal. Obviously, I wanted you guys to come out and just have a really good time and relax. And I feel like we did. You know, I obviously not bending helped a lot. It took like a lot of like stress out of the way, I guess, because it was just all just hanging out and fucking I love just hanging out.
I love going to visit you and going to the trap and doing everything. But I have to say, I also love going to San Diego.
Yeah.
I love Cali. I mean, it's fucking amazing, you know?
Yeah. And we do owe it. Well, first and foremost, I owe a trip to get to Florida, which I need to figure out because I need to go on your boat. But we do got to figure out a time where when you do come over here with Lizette, where we could just hang out at the beach and not fucking and even go fishing too. I might even have to plan like a sick fishing trip, and then we'll obviously do that on your boat too, because you know we both love the water. And
we got a lot of things we got to do in the future. A European trip with Marshall.
We're talking about Trap Fest at an all-inclusive resort in Mexico sometime.
Yeah.
That's gonna be baller.
Amazing times, bro.
Yeah. But other than that, you weren't gone too long. You left a couple days and came right back. So nothing really out of the ordinary so what's going on with everything? I think you're on clutch 15 now, or where we at? 20?
Clutch 20. And then I looked at last year. Last year I was at 24 at this point. You know, as breeders, sometimes we overreact and we get a little anxiety, you know, oh man, I'm behind. I am a little behind, but not much. We just had a different year. Winter went longer. We had a little drought, and still I'm only 4 clutches behind. So
yeah,
I mean, it's all good.
I think that's what I'm kind of glad I'm used to, like having things be so different year after year. But that's really how it is, dude. Like, you can't really bet on your breeding season to be exactly how it was last year, especially with us having weird, weather here and there. I was talking to Bill Stiegel, and, he never pairs this time of year, and he has 2 snakes that are about to lay clutches for him. And all because he's getting rain this time of year, which is not common, but it's like, dude, if there's rain and females didn't go earlier, and try it again, and shit you not, so,
for the first time ever, I usually, I was saying this in the chat, I usually stop, late April. I had animals locked up just last week.
Yeah.
So I'm just doing things a little different,
Yeah.
I gotta evolve and change and kind of just pay attention to every little detail. You gotta be able to change and do things differently here and there.
You gotta use your eyes.
You gotta evolve.
Yeah. A lot thing with breeding, like your eyes will tell you everything if you know what you're looking at. First and foremost, or just web out the ultrasound. But
no, and congratulations on the pips.
Yeah, thanks. It's funny that you're talking about, like, man, waiting and getting in your head. Well, dude, I have 2 clutches that were laid on the same day, but one clutch, all the babies are fully out. The other clutch, there's not 1 pip yet. And it's like, what the fuck is going on? But we're still in that range of, like, days where it happens when it happens. And you know what? Real chondro breeders do not cut. They don't cut eggs, dude. Trust me, after a pip, they get down to business. But you don't cut pre, you don't do the typical, let's talk about the snake I hit. Actually, I'm too scared. I don't want to talk about it. I'm scared now. I'm having second thoughts.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah. I mean, I think I shared with you that even with my ball pythons, I'm going to wait now for pips unless I need to see what's in there. If I hit something I needed, I mean, I'm not going to lie. Ball python people, that's what we do,
Dude, I totally did all the typical, which I've done before, but God damn it, hypo just has a way to play with you, man. Like, and so I'm not saying I jumped the gun, but I might have. I'm just gonna shut the fuck up and wait for these snakes to fully come out.
Yeah, but let me tell you, I think I see it.
I know. I think I do too. But the more I keep looking at them, which, bro, by the way, these fucking snakes are taking their goddamn time. They don't want to come out, and it's like, and I'm looking, I'm like, why aren't they absorbing? But they just do it when they're ready,
That's why it's better. That's why it's better not to cut, bro.
Oh, I know. And I'm not even too sure. Like, I have an idea, but I don't know what date I wrote down on that fucking egg box. So
you're too focused on the chondros.
I got so much going. Exactly, bro. And but Mark Bay is gonna give me shit for this, but I'm going to make sure, I keep this shit all intact with no matter what species I'm breeding. But you're right. I just got so much focus with the chondros and the emeralds where I'm surprised I'm having the kind of ball python season I'm having, because all I did was like, okay, this will be a cool pairing. And that's it. All I did was pair and not even really think about it. And so now all this shit's popping off. So I'm happy for it, but we'll see. But either way, I got some. Go ahead.
You're killing it. Killer.
Yeah, dude. All right, well, listen, we're going to get to tonight's guest. Round 2, Jonny Pythons from Canada is tapping in. I'm looking forward to it. I want to say shout out to everyone who's tapping in with us in the chats. Let's get the likes up. But first and foremost, just a reminder, Trap Talk Reptile Network is 7 days a week, Monday through Sunday. You could listen to a brand new episode right here on the Trap Talk Reptile Network. If you're not into YouTube, you are just more of an audio type of person, perfect. We got you for that as well. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, all the major audio platforms. You can check out any Trap Talk Reptile Network episode. So wherever you listen to any episode, I want to say thank you so much for the love and support. It really means a lot. Now, if you're looking for exclusive content, you want to get more behind the scenes out of what you see, then come join the Trap Talk Patreon family. Simply click the very first link in the description below. As soon as you do that, you get connected to a Discord and the amazing pop-in Instagram group chat. Shout out to my trappers. You guys are my heart. Shout out to tonight's sponsor, Prague Morphs out of Europe. This couple's killing it. A lot of amazing next level ball python hatchlings being produced by this couple right here. Prague Morphs out of Prague. Check them out right now on Instagram, or you could go to their website, progmorphs.com. Find the links in the description below. But thank you so much, Devin and Teresa. Looking forward to seeing what other high-end ball pythons you guys produce next. I'm a huge fan of hypo, as a lot of you guys know, and these guys are deep into hypo and putting hypo into everything I would dream about. So keep killing it, Prog Morphs. You guys are literally on a whole nother level. And yeah, much love and respect. Looking for the next episode. If you're just coming to the ball python game, perfect. Be organized and use the #1 organization app in the game, Clutch. Okay, check out Clutch, free for 30 days. Even if you've been in the game, I'm telling you right now, looking organized and doing it with Clutch is just it's very player. I'm telling you right now, Miguel Garcia would tell you, Big E Top G would tell you. So many veterans are starting to use this organization app. All right, so shout out to you if you're one of them. And yeah, check it out. Find the link in the description below. Go to their Instagram as well. A lot of updates being put out there. So thank you so much, Sebastian and the entire Clutch team. Looking forward to seeing what's coming out next with Clutch. Also, tonight's episode is brought to you by Sundown Reptiles. If you're looking to get into the Abronia game, high-end geckos, cool geckos such as Kahua, tree monitors, this is your guy right here. No, don't look any further than Brian Tucson over at Sundown Reptiles. Click on the link in the description below. Go to sundownreptiles.com, see what he has available. I'm telling you right now, the quality from this guy is next level. So thank you so much, Brian Tucson over at Sundown Reptiles. Last but not least, for sure, shout out to my guy, Gary Scavino over at GS Reptiles. Head over to YouTube and check out the amazing content that this man's been putting out for just under a handful of years now. If you're looking for underrated arboreal species of snakes that you could be working with in this hobby, this guy right here puts them all on his YouTube channel, okay? And also on his Instagram page, so go check him out, GS Reptiles. You can find all the link in the description below. Thank you so much, Gary. GS Reptiles, you're my boy. And Big E Top G, you ready to bring Jonny Pythons from Canada on?
Let's do it. Yeah.
Can't remember the last Canadian we've had on the show.
I
don't feel like it's been that long.
It's been a minute.
I don't know. But listen, Canada, I fuck with you, Canada. Wrong thumbnail. Jesus Christ. I fuck with you, Canada. Listen, do what you got to do to get your mind right. Do what you got to do to stay hydrated. This is episode 655. Jonny Pythons, round 2, coming at you right now. Let's go.
Good.
You ready for do more in the future? Trap Talk podcasts?
Yes.
Man.
Only Trap Talk. Exclusive.
Yes.
Exclusive. Oh.
So stop calling us.
Rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the crop, I love it or not. I'm hot from the hop to the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with everybody, we do it. Everybody, we do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up, rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up, rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up, rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up.
And we're live, episode 655. Welcome back, Jonny Pythons in the building. What's up, Jonny?
What's up, guys?
Welcome back.
Yo, what's up?
What's up, man? It's the first time I
How's it?
spoke to you kind of face to face.
Yeah. We talk here and there on IG. We've become pretty,
Yeah.
cool friends.
100%, man.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I love about this, what we all do is like, it's our little, I don't know, nerdy network, man. You kind of escape from your realities. Everyone has their own little separate realities, and we come
Yeah,
and
man.
we have this common ground, So it's cool. I love it.
Yeah, we meet amazing people in this game, and I feel like we all have to try our best to keep our homies around,
100%. You got to support. It's all about support, man. You got to bring people up. That's it.
And Jonny, welcome back. I think it's been a while. I like we were talking about. I don't think the Monday night you were on was just you and I. You weren't here with Emilio. And I remember one of the things you said on that episode was that you were in the ball python game, stepped out, came back in. And, you have a lot to talk about with, or at least relate to, of people leaving right now. You know what I mean? And, or understanding that there might be things in your life that might make you have to say, you know what, this isn't a good time for me right now. So I'm wondering how does it feel, first and foremost, to be where you're at right now? Because, based off following your stuff, you're killing it. You got fucking amazing work. Like anything you show is like good quality. Like it's like, I always talk about like it's all about the lineage and like the line that you're investing in, and you invested in the good line of almost anything that I've seen you put out. So you're doing great, but seeing people dip out right now, what's that? What does that make you feel like? So
a couple things, man. Everybody, has to remember everyone's got like actual life, right? This is fun. Yeah. And for some it's business, but it's also, it's also fun. But like it hurts those more if it's for like strictly business, but people need to kind of come and go. And that's kind of what I did. I left knowing that I was eventually going to get back in. I didn't know when. I didn't know if it was going to be a year, 2 years, 5 years, whatever. Ended up being 7. But I just something kind of that itch came, and it just, I wanted to jump back in. Now, unfortunately, I came back in when everything was super overinflated, right? Like the prices were astronomical. I had some money to play with, I bought in high, but I bought animals that I liked that were like, top quality genetics, in my opinion anyways. Which I believe everyone should do, not just buy something just to get a gene. Like I really think if it's not there and wait for that specific showpiece animal, like just don't buy it, But in terms of, coming back in, it's felt good, man. It felt like I've been gone for too long. I wish I still had some of the animals that I left off with, because like, oh man, so many beautiful animals that I had to let go of back in 2015, 2016. But right now, I think that's what you're just seeing. I mean, you're seeing people go through either, whether it be life changes, the economy's crazy, like things are very, very expensive. So people just need to make a shift. But then you're also seeing the people that thought they could come in and be, a top breeder in like a couple of years, if you could just throw money at it, which it's not the case. It's never been the case. You got to put in your time, like you really do. If you want to be top tier, you want to do this for like just strictly business, you got to put in your time like any business, But yeah,
I almost think it's like almost a bad thing to come in here and make something top tier like in your first year or two, where it's like, dude, you don't know, nobody knows who the fuck you are. And like, most people who do make something that quick, they try to sell it. Like instead of just keeping it and being proud of it. Not that everyone does that, but some people try to get what they paid for that snake. And it's like,
oh yeah. Dude, you see that a lot.
It doesn't work like that. People are doing that with chondros, dude. People would buy a snake from Bill Stiegel and it will turn out to be a crazier chondro than Bill even knew it would be, and they would sell it for a couple extra $1,000. That's like, that is so stupid, dude. Like, why would you do that?
So those are the people that you're going to start to see weed itself out, and it's happened before many times. Like I seen when I was in it from like 2008 to like 2016, right? So, it was a while, and throughout that time, like especially 2008, like after that big financial crisis, the housing crisis. US, especially the guys that stuck around, like Justin, Ozzy, like all the big guys, man, like they weathered the storm and they made it through that. And then like there was I think like another recession, like 2015-ish or something. Anyway, I think that if you're doing this, like your true colors are going to shine. You know what I mean? If you're going to take stuff and flip it, like I've seen that, everyone's seen it. But if you'll get to know the people that have the true passion for this stuff, you know what I mean? And not just ball pythons, like reptiles in general, but those are the guys that you're going to see drop off, the guys that are trying to make a quick buck, buying and selling, or come in, produce some crazy shit and then try to sell it right away. It tells you their motivation, right? Like at the first scene of like hardship or like, anytime, as soon as it starts to get bumpy, those are the guys that start to fumble first, right? Those are the guys that start to kind of cave and like, you know, they can't hack because they're not doing it for true passion. Like, bro, I'm an incredibly busy person. Like I run my own business. That's my main source of income. But with the rats, like breeding rodents and then the snakes, the kids, everything, like it's crazy. You gotta be crazy not to love it, you know? So, you know, that's kind of what I see.
What do you have to say to that, Biggie?
No, that he's absolutely right. In 2008, we had that downturn and people, you know, jumped out, prices dropped, and then these guys, they freaking built their collections and blew and went crazy and reinvested, and they waited for that new round of new people to come in, which eventually happened.
But no one knew.
And
no one knew.
Then the shit went crazy again.
But that's the thing. No one knew that was going to happen. So, because I was back in it, like, you know, and there was guys obviously in it way before I was, but dating back to that, no one in their wildest dreams could ever have imagined what happened in those years that we were talking about. COVID you're referring to, right? Like the big boom.
Well,
right?
no, I mean, even from 08 to let's say 16 and 17, if you look back, the market slowly grew.
Yeah.
It got bigger and bigger and bigger, but it was slow.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Yeah, and just to remind you guys, when I came in 2017, there were all these people saying how the ball python market was on its way out. Like
it's been saying that for fucking decades.
Because of auctions, because of all the auctions,
yeah.
because of, you know, the Ben Siegel auctions, the Facebook auctions. We're kind of back there again now.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. History repeats itself, man.
Yeah, it's just we're bigger. Yeah. We're much bigger and connected.
Yeah. But it's what Jonny said. The history and just not in reptiles, in like everything that we're talking about, right?
It repeats itself.
It all repeats. It's dips, ups and downs.
Yep.
Ups and downs. Some ups are a lot more severe than other ups, and downs, same shit. You know, you just adjust. Yeah. It's the whole adjusting, you know, and you get people who are just so complacent. And ball pythons are so easy to where if you came in at the right time where you could breed and sell your snakes, no problem. Some of those motherfuckers just got way too lazy, and they thought that was gonna be forever, and that they could just have the customers wherever they have them. And I'm talking like majority pre-social media breeders, like the ones who didn't want to take the turn, you know, the ones who took forever to get rid of Facebook and go to Instagram. And there's still people who refuse to go to Instagram, and I'm like, I don't know how the fuck you're not, you know, I don't, but whatever, you know, but that's the thing, you know, it's like, you know, if you're not here to evolve, you're going to be one of those people posting your racks on the stories.
Yeah, you can be left behind for sure. I mean, that's how it goes in any industry, really.
And you can't get mad at nobody but yourself, because that's something you could have avoided, you know. And like me and Milo talk about, dude, it's going to take a lot to take this out of my life, dude. Like a lot.
100%.
And Jonny,
never going to happen.
Jonny, you've told me like personal stuff that's happened in your life where like I've had people with like excuses for like nothing, where like that's your excuse for getting out of the hobby, because like whatever the fuck you just said, we're like, God damn it, you're gonna have to take some of my fucking limbs off, where I can't even fucking do something in here for this that to happen. You know what I mean? Like, I'm in it for life. I love it. You know,
any logical reason would probably be in my mind. You know, family comes first always, right? So like, you know, 100%. Anything happens on that front where it may require you to like either get out completely or severely cut down, whatever. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Like what I just told you before we just got on here, if that went the other way, I would have been completely out again. No question. In two seconds flat. Like, it doesn't phase me. The money, fucking nothing. Like, I don't care about money. Like, that shit you can make. I don't give a shit about money when it comes to family. You know what I mean? Like, it wouldn't be a hard decision to make. But, you know, in saying that, you got to really just, you know, understand where you're at in life. And if you're going to get into this you know, and you're looking to breed to sell, like to become like this main source of income, whatever it may have you. If you're going to keep multiple species or multiple animals or whatever, you just got to be ready and know that life's going to throw some shit at you, man. And you don't know what the fuck it's going to throw at you, when it's going to throw it at you. So you got to be ready for that to also be able to operate under those stresses, you know? It's so important to think about that before you get in, because that's why you see a lot of guys, they're just like, you know, it's too hard, this and that, and like the price of rodents. Like I don't even know how people, like if you don't breed your own shit, like wow. Like I can't, and I have a small collection, man, so I could just imagine people that have like hundreds of snakes and they're paying that fucking feed bill every like
That was,
couple of
dude,
weeks.
that was, Johnny, that was me until like I probably had my operations maybe just a little bit lighter than what you posted on your Instagram not too long ago. But like at first I was like, God damn it, this work, here we go again. But right when I started getting production and I'm on my third week of feeding off my own fucking, it feels amazing. Dude. I'm like, dude, I'm saving myself $280 this week.
Bro, right? I haven't bought rodents since like 2021. So
yeah. Dude,
you know, like, and it's just like I found this sweet spot where I don't have to have too many to like make it super stressful and, you know, overwhelming. So I found this sweet spot where I just kind of maintain, and it's been keeping everything overfed. Like I breed more than what I need, you know, to have some stock in the freezer and whatnot. But like, yeah, it's I'll tell you right now, I wouldn't even be breeding, or I would probably keep a couple of snakes, but I wouldn't be breeding snakes and spending the money that I spent on them, you know, if I had to get rodents from some like Joe Blow, because I've heard way too many horror stories. And if you're investing, you know, some big money into animals, you want to feed them, you know, it's similar to what you're ingesting, right? You don't want to eat garbage food. You want to eat good food. So, you know, it's kind of the same thing. You know, when you want to feed your snakes good rodents, right?
What do you guys all agree that, like, okay, if you're hearing us talk every Monday and you're like, dude, I want to do this to that extent where I want to rack, I want to have a bunch of snakes, like, wouldn't you say the biggest thing you should figure out are the rodents first? Like
100%.
Because what bigger card does a breeder need in this game than having your rodents on lock? Like, if you got the food, you just need the projects, and that's it. And that's it. You feed them, you breed them, and you are good. But when you can afford it, I feel like the breeders that are having the most fun right now are the ones who can afford the rodents and have their own rodents.
Yeah, 100%. Well, the ones that can afford the rodents, like, dude, I can afford rodents. That's not the issue. It's just I don't trust people. That's my issue. Like I have trust issues when it comes to like,
Johnny, I meant even afford to like even breed rodents, because that's still a bill. Like it's not.
It is.
You still got to, you know, you got to go get fucking the food and like, you know, it is a timing thing too. Like, it is. One of the things I will take serious is like, especially with the ASFs, is making sure that they get fucking like other nutrients, like corn on the cob or corn or fucking, you know, carrots or black oil sun seeds, whatever the fuck.
They love green stuff too, like collards, lettuce. I throw in there just to like, it's not super. Lettuce isn't super nutritious, but like, yeah, at least it's got a lot of water in it, and you know. But yeah, I mean, they definitely do really well on like a diverse diet. Like, you know, they do not. I've tried when I first tried ASFs like years ago when they were like impossible to get, which no one it was so hard to sell people a snake that ate ASF because nobody could get them here. Yeah. So it was so hard. Like, bro, I used to have to drive like an hour and 20 minutes to this guy's house just to pick up live rats every week. It was such a pain in the ass. This is when I first got in, like back 2008, 2009. But ASFs weren't huge, so people they weren't accessible. So people, you know, if you were feeding your shit ASFs, good luck selling a ball python, because barely anybody is like, oh, they heard ASF, like, no, I'm good. you know, so it was, but yeah, no, they're honestly, they're the best. They're the best. I would never breed Norwegians again. I did for a bit, but
they're dirty, bro. Rats like Milo came over and I showed him my shed. And he went in there. He's like, I smell nothing but rats.
Yeah, they're gross, and they're so fast, and they just move all sketchy and shit. ASFs are cool, man. They're chill.
I didn't have to look at his rodents. I know the smell.
Yeah, he's like, I smell that. He's like, I smell nothing but rats in there.
You can't mistake that, man. You can't.
Yeah. Pretty much what you're saying is 100%. People are willing to put thousands of dollars into snakes, racks, right? Yeah. But what kills them at the end of the day is buying rodents every week, consistently, and you know. And if you want to do the rodents right, you got to buy the right racks, in my opinion, or build them correctly.
Yeah. I'd say just buy the right racks, dude. Just buy them. Fuck the building.
I honestly,
or build
For
them
us,
very,
it's
very solid. You could do that too. But
yeah,
at the end of the day, people aren't expecting that. People are not expecting how much that's going to cost consistently.
no, exactly,
lot.
exactly. Yeah, it
Yeah.
does. It adds up. But like for us here in Canada,
Worth
like
it.
getting those things shipped up here, it just pays so much in shipping. I could literally
Yeah.
build a couple of racks just for what I would pay in shipping costs. So that's kind of why I did it. And I'm pretty handy with tools. Like
Oh, no, Johnny,
I'm
you're kind of underplaying it. I've seen the shit you build in your fucking property, bro. This guy right here. Okay, if I had skills like Johnny, I'm for sure building my own rodent rack for sure.
100%, dude. But
I'm not handy like that, dude, at all.
But that's what I mean. It's that's the thing. If you're handy, you can do it
good.
in a way where they're not going to chew out. Like I've had those same bins that people have complained about having chew outs for. I've had those. I haven't replaced one bin since 2021. Not one.
Yeah.
Like I have chew out. Now the one thing I will say about ASFs is, and any rat really, if you can just keep them busy and chewing, they're not going to try and get out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I throw in.
You keep them good. They're not going to chew.
Yeah, exactly. And that's another reason why I don't have any chew outs, because they're always fed. They're never, they get out. They're comfortable, right?
So,
Yeah.
so here in South Florida, I had this young customer once that was spending thousands on snakes. He bought some from me, but he also bought some really high-end animals. And then one day he's like, "Bro, these rats are so expensive. I wanted to choke them." I kind of wanted to choke them, bro. Like you bought a freaking DG clown, right? For like $4 or $5,000, and you're complaining about a rodent price? Like, bro, like
a weekly. Yo, that's the thing, though. That's the thing. And I'll tell you right now, dude. I wish I had a good guy, because I would 100% buy the rodents, because like if I had a guy, my boy, if he was my boy, I trusted him. Like, you know what I mean? Like everything was perfect. I knew exactly his operation, whatever. I would buy them, because it is so much more enjoyable breeding and raising snakes, buying rodents, because I don't enjoy it one bit. Like it's fucking like no matter which way you throw it, like it is a garbage task every week. Like I fucking hate it.
It's the real grunt work of what we do. Like that's everything else is legit therapeutic. The rodents, you're gonna mask up. It's disgusting. You're gonna shower. I don't even come in the trap after I'm done with the rodents. I go straight to the shower, bro.
100%.
Taking dust, and I'm like, this is
man,
terrible.
And all that dust has got fucking ammonia on it and feces and all this shit. It's gross. Dude, it's honestly fucking gross. But that's another reason keeping your shit clean. Keep it clean a little more often. Like I clean every 5 days, max 6.
Isn't it the best? I don't know how many times I take pictures afterwards, but when it's all said and done and it's all finished, it's like
dude. I know. Yeah, and we'll only know that feeling. The guys that breed rats will only know that feeling. It's like, oh fuck, and then it lasts for like 24 hours.
Right when you get done sweeping and you're just all right, this is it, and you look back and you're like, and then 2 days later, it's like, God damn it.
Right? What did I just hear? It's crazy.
Man, but it's also like at the end of the day, it pays itself off. It really does.
Thousands. You save thousands, dude.
Yeah, and not only that, man. Like I was very late to the game about like, they're ball pythons is chess and not checkers. One of the chess moves in ball pythons is how to feed these fucking things. They could grow a lot quicker than you think. And I was just late to that curve, but it's only because I got my rodents once a week, and so I fed once a week. That's it. It was only once a week, no matter what. But God damn it, man, there's some of these hatchlings and subadults where they want another one. Give it another one, dude, and fucking ever since you're doing ever since I went to twice a week, bro, I'm looking at these snakes like holy shit.
Yeah, like, man, they put on size,
growing and ASF
double.
Dude. Go ahead.
No, double the time. Like, well, if you're feeding double, weekly, then they're gonna grow technically 50% faster, right? So, you're, but I do it at different stages. Everyone might do it differently. I've always done it like that, where hatchlings, they need the food more frequently. They're going through it. They're growing just like babies, right?
Yeah.
They eat and sleep. That's it. That's all they do, and cry a lot. But, the hatchlings, I'll feed every like 2 or 3 days, You know, so most like two days up to about a month, and then I'll go like to 3, then 4 days. You know, so they're getting constant supply up until about 300, 400 grams, and then I start to back off a little bit. But even my bigger ones, like some of my big adults, I'll feed bi-weekly because I know that ASF, they have so much more nutrition in those, it sustains them for that much longer.
Yeah,
you know,
and
it's just,
and it's crazy. It does not like for instance, like their shits are so much
Oh, yeah.
smaller. Like they
Yeah.
retain so much more of that ASF.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing it in the chondros, like dude, big time. The chondros
yeah?
are giving me these little tiny rope poops that are like perfectly brown and healthy, dude. And
Yeah.
dude, I'm compared to a rat where these
Yep.
chondros were smearing some of their shit
Flat.
along the tub. Like it was
Fucking
disgusting.
flat. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
greasy,
bro,
it's
and,
nasty,
like,
it's
It's night and day. Like, hello, like I'm somebody where okay, if I see the obvious, I'm gonna fucking believe in it. And I know we've
100%,
had
man.
multiple times on this fucking network going back and forth about rats and ASFs. There's no fucking argument here. ASF is a complete healthier fucking rodent.
Yes.
For any reptile, not ball pythons. It doesn't matter, dude.
Anything.
I'm looking at the shits. You're not gonna tell me otherwise. ASF is the fucking premium diet when it comes to a rodent. Nothing's better. I don't care what anyone says.
100%.
You
And that's
can't tell me
you'll
what I'm
get guys coming in. No, you'll get guys coming in.
I feed
They'll
all
be like,
3 rodents, and I mean,
we'll do it to
but
add another species. We're talking ball pythons, which ball pythons is like a fucking not. I don't even want to. Dude, ball pythons is on such a different little fucking realm of its own because they're like,
oh yeah,
dude, they're like tanks. Like they can handle a lot.
Yeah.
But like, look, try it in a different species and tell me what you see. And I'm telling you right now, man, it's like night and day.
What you got?
Even my Cribos are taking ASFs too, bro. So
I bet, yeah, I'm sure. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
But
Johnny?
what you got to realize too is, you know, guys will come in and be like, oh, you know, there's no difference. I've had one on ASF and one on rats, and look, they both are the same size. The size, sure, it's gonna put on size. You get one person, you know, eating Whole Foods, and you get one person eating McDonald's, but just a lot of Whole Foods and just a little bit or a lot of McDonald's, whatever. They're gonna grow. Okay, they're gonna grow. Except one person's not gonna look as good. You know what I mean? The other person, it's the nutritional value you're getting. You're not gonna see that in snakes. You know, they don't have a nice fat ass. They got a fucking slender body. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know how I can. Okay, I don't.
Hey, hold up. Listen, let's not call rat McDonald's. Let's just
no. I never said rat. You said rat.
Okay, no.
Okay.
Wait.
It's like a dairy product where some
It's
people,
a fattier steak.
Yeah.
Brock, my boy at Morphinary hit it pretty well.
Okay.
It's a fatty steak to a lean steak.
Real fat.
But then why are the shits like fucking like it's like a Van Gogh on the side of the fucking tub, dude? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and that's in my experience.
Okay,
that's what it was when I was feeding rats.
Can we stop and think that? Okay, let's talk about that snake that smeared all this shit. Let's think about being that snake and what it feels like to fucking push out a shit like that versus a rope that's like goddamn nearly half the size, but it's all informed. Okay,
sure.
Can we think about our own fucking deuces that we drop? Have we ever had a moment where we AK-47 the fucking toilet because of what we ate and we're like, oh my god, right?
Oh
like,
yeah, dude.
Dude, and it's not always great, that feeling, you know, the
Dumb and Dumber, eh?
Bro,
fucking, you know what I'm talking about?
Are we gonna lie and not say we haven't been there? We've all been there.
Everyone's
you know,
been there.
It hurts, bro. There's something, but then we eat something good that our body likes, and it's healthier, and it comes out formed.
Yeah,
and it's all complete.
I'm gonna tell you guys this, okay? Comparing when I touch the body mass on an ASF and a mouse at the same size, the ASF took longer to get to that size. It's muscular. It's harder.
Yeah.
I get that 100%. But I feel like you guys are being a little rough on the other rodents.
Hell no.
I'm not being rough. Breed what you want, feed what you want. But no, I just like ASF.
I feed all 3.
Until I saw what the chondros were shitting out, that's it. That's why my energy's here now. At first, I used to be like Emilio, where I'm like, I'm not here to judge, dude. Like, you know, and I'm still like that. Do what you want. I'm not saying
for sure
you're a piece of shit if you feed rats. I still produce rats, but my chondros are my fucking babies, and I want them to shit perfect. I don't want no fucking AK-47s in the enclosures from my chondros. And if I see perfect ropey shits for my chondros, which obviously makes it easier to clean, dude, that's the route I'm going. 110%.
But there's obviously a digestive issue, right? Because you got to look at
There has to be.
There has to be. I mean, look at us, right? Like look at people with like gluten intolerance, right? Or like they're celiac, right? So you're gonna have sensitivities, food sensitivities, and what do? You stop eating that food and eat a better food, right? So if you find that a snake does it, but I've seen guys that have fed rats and the shit's come out fine. I really truly believe it all boils down to what you're feeding the rodents. You know what I mean?
My question to you guys is
That too.
My question to you guys is this: as you being a primarily an ASF feeder,
lover, I love it.
Lover, feeder, to to your whole collection. As when that ASF is an ex-breeder, do you lose that non-fat item? Because I think they get fat.
Yeah, I think you're once they're at that stage of retirement, they're a lot more baggier.
Yes.
But also
now,
go ahead.
I don't keep them that long. No.
The other question is,
true. I don't.
Are you feeding any of your animals an ASF that big? Because if you're feeding your animal twice a week an ASF, you're also getting double the organs, which organs are fucking super nutritious.
Any snake that's taking ASF that big is not getting it twice, unless
the smaller ones.
Yeah,
if you're feeding two smaller ASFs a week instead of one rat, for you to say it's more nutritious, it's because it has double the organs.
Well, yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, if it's pound for pound, yeah, it's not. But you got at what stage of life, that it determines how much nutrition is there as well, right? Because how much fat is on. Like generally, when the animal is younger, just like babies, they have more fat in them, right? They're not as much. They don't have as much muscle on them. So it depends. It really depends on what stage of life the rat is at. From ASF to normal rat, like Norwegians. Because this has been talked about before, like a small ASF.
My biggest female ball pythons will not eat an ASF. They're on rats. I'm keeping those bitches. If they get to that size, they are going to go to rats, and I feel like that's
because if not, you would have to feed her twice a week, correct?
I would. Yeah, you're right. I would. You're right. You're right.
And that's all I've been saying since the beginning.
Yeah.
So I have all I've been saying since the beginning.
But what I trip out about, right, Emilio, because before I even figured out like the whole feed it two smaller meals things, I was trying to give it as big as a rat as I could get away with, and that shit would take all week to digest.
Oh yeah.
Like they're sitting there for fucking 3 days with a goddamn huge lump. You do that, you feed you feed that snake two smaller ASFs, that lump is gone in 2 days. And so I'm thinking they digest it quicker, but then they don't, but their shits are smaller on top of that. So I'm just like
raw dog food. Same thing.
Yeah,
same shit.
right.
Raw dog food, right?
Right.
When I used to feed my dog raw, her shits were just so small. They were nothing because she absorbs more of it. But again, it's the stage of life, right? You feed a small rat's just generally going to have more fat on it, more fat content. So it is what it is. And that's why I think you're getting the soupy sort of fucking AK-47 shits, because if you look in humans, you eat a high fat diet, what do you think happens in the toilet bowl? You know what I mean?
Hey JP, I will. Hey, don't come at my dog Emilio. I'll give you the link right now if you want to come over here. You better relax, buddy.
I can't even see the chats because I'm on.
I'm just kidding. I love JP. We're just messing around. Shout out to everyone in the chat. No, but listen. At the end of the day, we all love our animals. How many times I went on rants about fucking frequent water changes? But if I see something different as far as like a fucking cleaner looking shit, it can only mean that must be a lot easier to digest and eat and take down.
100%.
And I'll tell you this, dude, these fucking snakes that I'm feeding twice a week now, god damn, they're growing so quick, bro. Like they're shitting less and they're growing quicker, which seems like ideal for me versus fucking cleaning up snake shit from a hatching every other day. I feel like, when they're on rats, I feel like, I don't know. Sorry, man. I'm not trying to be all Mr. Fuck rats.
No, I don't care. Again, I'm repeating to all of you.
Okay.
I feed all three. I mean, I don't know what the big deal is.
No, there's no deal. No big deal at all. You got to do what works for you, right?
I look like I'm anti. I'm not. I'm not at all.
Hey, at least this guy said shout out to the AK-47 shits.
You know?
Hey,
Whatever that means.
He does want you to get your energy up, though, Emilio.
Yeah, I didn't understand that.
I think he needs you losing this battle, even though you're not trying to battle anything.
I'm not trying to. I don't get it. But okay.
Oh, okay. All right, listen. Let's get into some projects, man. I want to first and foremost, let's talk about. Are there any regrets on the way you came back into the hobby? Like, are you, especially with like market changes, are you looking at like any moves that you made where you're like, damn, if I could go back, I probably wouldn't do that?
No, I wouldn't say anything to do with the market really. I just made a couple impulse buys just to have snakes to produce stuff with, right? Like, because I really wanted to jump back into breeding. So I'd say there's probably about like 3 to 5 purchases I would say that I probably shouldn't have made, and I could have either put the money elsewhere or put that into like one other like nice crazy high-end animal, because at the end of the day I like the higher end stuff. I like dabbling in that kind of area of things, and I don't like, because I played the long game before. I've been there, so I've done it. So, it's not like I got to pay my dues or anything. I've done it. I don't want to do it again. Like if I had still had the collection I did in 2016, I wouldn't be buying as much, because I would have produced quite a bit by now. I would have had a pretty established collection. And it takes a minimum of 5 to 10 years to do that when you're starting from nothing, right? So I don't want to I don't got the time. I don't want to do that. I got young kids. I have a full-time business that I run. Like, it's just, I don't want to wait. So I kind of, what I bought, I thought out pretty clearly. I mean, I didn't really change my direction looking back. I've always been in love with hypo. And I was that guy back in the day, like when no one was working with it, I was like, I fucking love it. I don't know how I don't know how this is such an underrated recessive. It's crazy. And I was talking about, yeah, go for it.
I did a poll in my chat. And bro, let me tell you, you guys know I'm the biggest True Ghost lover in the world, right? But bro, I put the True Ghost clown against the DG Exantic clown. And I'm a True Ghost lover, dog. The DG Exantic clown wiped the floor with the DG Exantic clown. Bro, it was 30 to 1. 30 to 1. It seems like the clown got some yellow into that animal.
But time out. Also, hold on. We're only looking at one example here, right? So
yes, but it is a VPI example, and that guy has some amazing fucking animals. I'm gonna tell you that.
No, you're right. You're right. It's still an impressive animal, but when you put that next to a DG Exantic clown, it's
like hypo with pied is the shit, right? True Ghost pied is the shit. But when it comes to True Ghost clown, we need some work, because that DG Exantic clown, when you put them next to each other,
oh dude, it's
not even fucking close.
It's night and day. So
yeah.
Sorry, you're saying the DG Exantic clown took the cake, is what you're saying?
Oh yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Okay. No contest.
No contest.
Yeah, exactly.
It was 30 to 1, and that
100%.
one vote was probably just to,
You weren't paying attention.
Yeah.
Yeah. But dude, honestly, the True Ghost stuff, I've never really loved it back in the day, but I can see the potential with it today. So seeing the True Ghost stuff back in the day, I was not interested at all. I never even really liked Exantic. I literally just, when coming back in, seeing what it can do with DG, and I only like Exantic with DG. Like I don't.
You've got one of the nicer DG Exantics I've seen, bro.
Oh, dude, I got her from Bob, and I don't know what the pairing was. I gotta ask him, because she's got some het pied tracker like markers on her. I kind of want to test her just to see, but she's just, and that's what I'm talking about. Like, I don't want to buy just any one. I saw that, I'm like, wow, that's just a DG Exantic. It looked like it just looks so nice. So I was like, the quality is kind of something that I was into in that specific animal. And now that the DG Exantic stuff has come down in price a bit, that's when I want to kind of get in. Because like when I came back in 2021, it was way too like out of my price range. Plus there wasn't really any available. So now that it's becoming more available, it was always one of the directions I wanted to go. But to be honest with you, the True Ghost stuff has never really sold me, and it's because the blacks are like a grayish sort of hue to it, and purple.
Hold up,
let
me
Go for
defend the True Ghost in some aspects. You have to be, just like with DG Exantic, you got to be careful with True Ghost, right? But we're gonna see that there's a little less you could do with TG on the bright side than on the dark side. That's what we're gonna see going forward.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and if you're going bright, you have to be very selective, bro. There's DG Exantic stuff out there that's terrible.
Yeah, 100%. I totally agree.
You have to be selective on both of them.
100%. Yeah.
Can I say something to kind of defend True Ghost real quick? I think there's a right True Ghost combo that will smoke a fucking DG Exantic Clown.
I think so too. I don't even personally like the triple. Like DG Exanthic Clowns are really awesome, but I prefer like the DG Exanthic stuff because I think there's so much to work off of just with the double visual with all the codoms you can add into it or incomplete dominance, whatever.
We could respectfully disagree that DG Exanthic Clown stuff, bro, is.
I'm not saying it's not nice. I'm not saying it's not nice. It's just. Yeah, I'm just if it's clown, I'm going the hypo DG clown route because that's just my thing. Like I love that project.
Okay, wait. That route versus what route, Johnny?
Sorry. So if I had to choose between the triples, I would personally go with the hypo DG clown stuff
versus the DG Exanthic.
Yeah, just that's me. I personally want to get the DG Exanthic just into DG Exanthic stuff like on its own and get a bunch of codoms on top of that, stack it just with the double visual because I think there's so much to just be done with the double visual. Don't get me wrong, the clown stuff that's going to come out is going to be absolutely insane. I'm not saying it's not nice. I don't like it. I'm just saying I'm not as big on the triple in that project as I am on the hypo DG clown stuff just because my love for hypo and DG, man, like it's just so
and I'm glad you said that because like one thing about Emilio's fucking poll that he had, I'm like, at the end of the day, hypo needs to be in that fucking DG Exanthic Clown. Like that's what it comes down to. Like and they all need to be together.
For sure.
That'd be crazy.
What excites me about what you were talking about now with the hypo DG clown stuff is black pastel, acid or confusion, chocolate. So that stuff is.
I can't wait to see the confusion stuff coming out.
That
the hypo DG clown stuff.
That's gonna be acid or confusion because both
dude,
great.
Both of them, 100%, dude. Like,
I wonder how many people are actually taking advantage of like fucking getting on top of the Exantic shit because it's like literally being ahead of the whole curve of what everyone else is like doing now. But in Exantic, dude, man, all those incomplete dominants that you guys just named off, woof, man.
I'm a sucker for the dark stuff, bro.
Same.
Yeah.
I live for the dark shit. I love it. Even in my chondros. The darker the better.
It's always sold too, like black and white, that contrast, like in any sort of like art. It's always done well. You know what I mean? Like I've always loved black and white. Like, dude, I was just like, remember back in the day, I'd always have like Adidas, right? You'd have your shell toes. I'd always have the black and whites. You have the hoodie, right? Plain. Like it's just, I love that contrast. Black and white has always been a thing. I mean, it's, it's a part of my logo. Like I love that checkerboard style. Like I just love that contrast. So it's something that I've always wanted to work into, but I'm definitely not heavily invested into it. Like I mean, I've dropped some money on it, but like I'm not it probably holds like 5% of my collection. It's really not anything substantial at all, and only because my play around money got spent on all the other stuff, right? When I came back in. So but that's including the racks. That's including like after actually our first podcast back in 2022, I moved not too long after that.
Right. And
I moved up to the property I'm at now. And a lot of the costs went into the house, went into building a snake room. Like I finally once in my life have a dedicated snake room, and I absolutely love it. Like it's fucking phenomenal, dude. Just to have that, I'm so grateful. So it's but project wise, man, like I'm me, if you follow my stuff, like I'm all about the hypo DG clown stuff and getting all these incomplete dominants in stacking on top, and especially with Hurricane. I've been going crazy with Hurricane lately.
Fuck yeah, I love Hurricane.
Bro, it's like just such an interesting, beautiful, unique morph, you know?
So let me
I
ask
have a
you.
couple.
Oh,
go ahead.
go ahead. No,
I have
you
a
go.
couple questions for you. First, what do you think about people labeling now Trick/Hurricane? Second,
I think they're fucking retarded. I think just pick a goddamn name and
I
stick
don't
with
like that. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Yeah.
You know why?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I think the line is the line.
Yeah, just pick a fucking name and stick with
No,
it. Like,
but listen, if it's a trick, it's a trick. If it's a hurricane, it's a hurricane.
But
I
that's what I'm
believe in
saying.
lineage.
That's what I'm
believe in
saying.
Yeah, listen,
I'm with Johnny. Pick a fucking name, dude.
hey, nobody
cares.
tell me that hurricanes are not nicer than fucking tricks. I'm sorry.
So again, like from what I've seen, it's like when I think of butter and lesser, right? A butter to me is just it's a butter, and then you have a lesser, and it's just a more, you know, lighter colored, more creamy sort of
They're
style.
the fucking same, dude. God
Yeah,
damn.
so it's and that's what it is, Hurricane and Trick, right?
Yeah.
And I think
like a
a
line.
Hurricane is a better version, I think, of the Trick.
It was bred better and
Yes.
bred into nicer animals, better
Yeah.
animals, bred
Yeah.
more.
How many
invested
versions?
higher?
I just
Good.
hatched out a bunch of Hurricanes, and I honestly, dude, like I have people messaging me asking me if the ones I posted were Hayabusas. I'm like, I know,
Yes.
no, they're not. There's no
I
fucking way
almost
they're not.
messaged you,
But
bro, and I'm like, yo, send me that. Straight up.
Is that the super? Is that the super form of Hurricane, the Hayabusa or whatever?
Yeah.
yeah, that's what they call it. I'm not one for all these names. I just call it what it is, like a super Hurricane or super OD, or like I don't like all these fucking names. Like honestly, it's too confusing. So I just kind of I keep it simple. But you know, it's just that it goes back down to you get good genes, get good quality. It's as simple as that. It's what everyone says. Quality in, quality out.
How many lines of OD is there now? Like 7? There's fucking.
Oh Jesus.
There's
Really?
OD. There's super OD. There's high OD. There's scrambler. I don't know. Should I keep going?
Holy fuck! I know. Yeah, it's nuts, man. It's so crazy. You know, and that's the other thing is it's to be argued.
Shots. People are coming around.
For real, it's like that.
People that are heavily invested. Just saying.
I've heard a couple big purchases out there, and they're fucking scratching their head.
They're fucking pissed.
What the fuck? Okay, so hey, stay tuned for that. But
just the beginning.
Just.
All right, more serious. Let's get serious. Hey, man.
Yeah.
I love new shit, right? So what's on my radar for the future, straight up, without a doubt, new shit, right? Fucking Tornado and Cosmos.
Dude,
I think it's crazy.
Talk about, yeah,
I think it's gonna make a dent, dude. I think Cosmos is pretty insane. It's almost too crazy for me. Like, you know, like it's like
but also something hit or miss in some different areas.
Yeah, 100%. It's gonna be a very like you gotta travel, you know, with that one quite a ways to see what it can do because you know, it's not like taking OD and putting it into almost anything and it looks good. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think anything you put you can't put Cosmos to just absolutely anything and make it look good. I think it's going to be the hype, you know, a lot. People are like, oh yeah, that's sick when it looks like fucking shit. Like honestly, I'm not trying to hate because I know you love Sunset, man, but I don't. I fucking hate it. But to people who like it,
who are you talking to? You're talking to Emilio, right?
I'm talking to Emilio. I'm not talking. Yeah, I'm not,
hey,
I know your feelings on it.
Wait. Let me correct you.
You love it.
I like it a lot.
Okay. So you like it, you appreciate it.
I'm taking the challenge.
It's like that. It's like that ugly chick in high school. He's like, no, she's my friend.
I'm gonna work on it.
Oh shit.
Dude, we're just study partners.
hey, but before I lose my train of thought,
yeah.
I want you guys to know that when I first saw Monsoon, I knew I had to have it and work with it one day, right?
Yeah.
Typhoon is that fucking gene for me.
Typhoon
is going. I'm gonna tell you guys this.
What's Typhoon or Tornado?
I'm sorry, Tornado.
What the fuck, bro? Don't confuse
Sorry.
me.
Bro, you scared me. I'm like, do I gotta know another fucking morph now?
Hey,
Jesus
hey,
Christ.
guys,
Typhoon, dude.
In my brain,
You're everywhere.
I mixed those up. All right, let's go back. Let's
Oh
rewind.
shit.
Let's
Okay, so
rewind.
tornado, yes. So the tornado,
Tornado.
I'm actually more interested in that one than I am the
All right,
Cosmos.
so tornado. Remember, I said this is gonna have a GHI like impact on the game. GHI was one of the most impactful incomplete dominants ever.
I agree.
Oh yeah.
Tornado is going to be one of the most impactful recessives ever, in my opinion.
More than DG?
Not more than DG because of the color, but it's gonna have a top 5 impact.
I think it's gonna be pretty wild. I think it's definitely gonna stick in the limelight for quite a while. Because like, I mean, you know, as soon as Justin gets rolling with that, we're gonna see some insane shit. I mean, he's already rolling with it, but
it's got that gritty, granity look. And,
yeah,
and it's also a pattern morph.
Yeah.
Bro.
It's gonna. I think it's gonna do some damage. I think it's gonna be a pretty.
And there's nothing that looks like it.
Yeah, exactly. But that's why I love Hurricane. That's why I love Hurricane. It's because it's also a little bit of a color enhancer too, just a little bit, you know, that I've noticed anyways. And I just like it because of that. It's got that granity sort of look, but it's not really granity. It's just those alien heads are just mesmerizing, man. So it's like anything that wackies the pattern like that. I mean, you've caught my interest. But
so do you,
yeah, and so
do you work with Monsoon, Johnny, or no?
No, I don't. I appreciate it and I like it. I don't, just because I have a direction. I have a certain amount of space and time I can allocate to this stuff, and I can't go in too many different directions. I gotta keep my shit straight because I have a very, you know, I run a very successful business, but it's just me. I'm an owner operator, and I gotta be on fucking point every day, all day, every day. So it's just with the snake stuff. I chose a direction, and I said if I'm gonna do a triple project, it's gonna be the Hypo DG clown stuff, and if I'm gonna take on another one, it's gonna be the Xanthic DG stuff. But that's gonna be a lighter sort of version of what I want to do with it. You know.
What's your business or line of work, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm a registered massage therapist. So all
my
dude. Yeah. So I'm literally, I gotta be hands-on, you know, no pun intended, but it's, you know, I'm literally away from my phone for hours a day, you know, like I do mobile on top of that. So I work at a couple of clinics.
Dude, you kill it. You must kill it.
I kill it. Yeah. Right now in the summer,
you must
let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I'm going to fucking like $6 million, $7 million fucking mansions on the lakes around me up here. Cause like, it's like, it's very, there's a lot of wealthy people up here, and
that's
it's
epic.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. And so I do my own mobile business as well. So
Hey,
I actually drive people.
He's the other chat. This guy asked you to rub him down.
Whoa, God,
dude, God damn!
That's gonna cost you, bro.
Hey, come on.
Hey, how about you send a purple message?
Hey, no Diddy in this shit.
Yeah, no freak offs tonight. There ain't no freak offs tonight. We gotta fucking chill.
It's not that kind of therapist. Relax.
Holy shit, dude. So yeah, I do that as my main. And honestly, right now, because it's busy, like I'm pretty much working 6, sometimes 7 days a week.
Wow.
You know,
doing
the rats, doing the snakes, fuck, man, it's crazy.
It's sort of your schedule though. Like you get to tell them, like, all right, I'm available at this time, or
I can't. Yeah, but I have a very hard time turning down work because. The thing is, I'm in cottage country, right? I'm in cottage country. I live in fucking Canada.
Yeah.
Very shitty up here in the winter. So
yeah, you need
everybody closes their cottage down. Like the population where I'm at right now, it skyrockets to like, I don't know, 30,000 people, which is not a lot, but from like 2,000 people, you know, like 2,000 till fucking 30,000 in the summer. So I have to capitalize on all that business. So these are my busiest months from spring until the fall, like end of fall. I'm fucking go, man. You know, like I got home tonight at fucking 7:30, almost 8 o'clock, you know?
Wow.
I start my day at fucking 6 a.m., bro. You know, cause it's in the rat room. It's right to the snake room. Check on all the snakes, right to the rat room. After that, do my rounds, get up, get ready, go to work. You know, like it's just every day is kind of has its different little, you know, it's different obstacles because of my job. Like I'm a very routine based person, and I hate not having routine. And it's funny because my job is everything but routine. Like I have to fucking schedule shit all over the place and this and that and just go where the business goes, you know, and chase it. So I'm all over the map. So every day of my life is somewhat different. It's not,
You know
it's
what
never.
I call that? You want to know
What's
what
that?
I call that?
What's that?
Being a killer.
Oh yeah. That's
Kill
the
it.
mental, that's the mentality you have to have. That
Yeah.
it's the only fucking way to do it. I promise you. Like I go straight psycho mode every day. Like I don't stop, man. It's crazy.
Because you gotta be your biggest coach sometimes. And you gotta check yourself. And there's this, you know, like I've gotten a lot better, but like, you know, if I wake up and something's off or something doesn't go in my normal routine morning, I can't let that fuck up my entire day. You know, like you just gotta fucking address the situation, and then you gotta keep it moving. Yeah.
That's
so
it.
listen, we're gonna get to collection size right now. We're gonna go to commercial break. So hang tight, guys. All right, get the likes up in the meantime, and check out the sponsors. Sorry for the interruption, folks, but a quick word from our sponsors.
Hi, I'm Devin.
I'm Teresa, and we are MORPH. We are based in Czech Republic, a small country in the middle of Europe.
We really love animals that revolve around multi-recessive projects, and one of our very favorites is Hypo. We're really looking forward to clutches that are coming this season, and some of those are Hypo Clown, DG Clown, Hypo DG Clown, and one of our all-time favorites, Hypo Puzzle.
Hope you enjoyed the next episode on Trap Talk, the greatest reptile network in the world.
If you guys want to see next level cutting edge ball python projects, please make sure you head over to their Instagram to follow all their amazing work, and head over to their website to see what they could possibly have available by heading over to progmorphs.com. Thank you again, Devin and Teresa, for bringing some of the biggest heat worldwide in the ball python game. If you want to be organized, if you want to be cutting edge in the ball python game, then you don't want to miss this. Shout out to today's sponsor, and that's Clutch, #1 ball python organization app in the game. No better place to start off than by using this app. Clutch is an organization app that helps you organize all your ball python projects. It also helps your peers and your fellow community members look at what you possibly have coming for the upcoming ball python season, what you have currently available on Morph Market. It's so awesome to be ahead of the game by using organization app like Clutch. Thank you so much, the entire Clutch team, amazing team over at Clutch. If I were you, I would head over to Clutch's Instagram account, and I would also head over to their website, try it out, see how it works for you. But especially if you're just now coming into this, before you build your reptile collection, I would do it organized, and I would do it with Clutch. Thank you, Clutch, for being so amazing. Excited to hear what Clutch has to bring in the near future. Cheers. All right, we're back. Get the likes up. And yeah, Jonny, I want to get to the topic of your collection size.
Yeah, man.
Obviously, you know, with you having a fucking full-time grind, family man, where's your overhead at with the ball pythons? How many adults, and where's your goal with all that?
Yeah, so honestly, like I said, like I'm more of an enthusiast, really. Like I don't do this for income, as we just, you know, obviously spoke about. I'm more just the true hobbyist, and love being a part of the community. So I like to keep my numbers small, and this is going off of from what we, you know, when we last left off on our first podcast. I'm not interested in growing. You know, I never want to see more than 10 clutches a year, ever. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it ever. So, you know, I'll probably do about 9 this year. But I like that. It's comfortable. You know, it's nice. It's not overwhelming.
Especially when it's all stuff that you want your hands on.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. And that's what I breed for. That's what I breed for. I don't breed to sell. I don't breed to sell. If I don't hit what I want, dude, the other day I had a clutch. Well, a few weeks ago now. Fuck, what was it? I forget what the clutch was. But anyways, I hit a bunch of clowns and stuff in that I just didn't want. I don't want to feed to, like, you know, try and sell for $50, $100. Like, I don't got the time for that. So I literally took it to a reptile shop and just said, here, you want fucking 8 pythons? Yeah, sure. What do you want for, like, no, just take them. I'm good. Just as long as you can get them to go to good homes. It's a reptile shop. It's a reptile rescue shop. You know, I'm not trying to capitalize on that stuff. That's not where my energy and time goes. So I have probably, when I think about it, anywhere from 35 to 40 breeders that I don't want to breed every snake every year. And a lot, like probably half of those are still grow ups. You know, they still got about a year of growing to do before they can breed. But just because I have 40 females does not mean I'm breeding 40 snakes in a season. You know what I mean? Like, I have a total probably with holdbacks this season, because I have a couple of clutches in the incubator cooking that there's a lot that I want to hold back. I'll probably have at least 10 to 15 holdbacks this year alone, this season, minimum, if all goes well, sex odds and whatnot. But I'll probably get about 60 to 70 snakes, and I don't really want to be over that at any one point. And I'll just cycle snakes out, you know, like I'll replace breeders with even juvies that are up and comers that are, you know, better genetics than what I have, and I'm going to keep cycling out until I get to a comfortable spot, and that's pretty much it. But yeah, I don't ever want to do over 10 clutches, man. I see people having fucking, oh my God, like all these, like 50, 60, 100 clutches. I get anxiety. When I when I see this. But you know, we're also in a very different market. You know, Canada compared to the US is night and fucking day. Night and day. So, you know, being a breeder in the US, I'd feel more confident that I can get rid of half of those clutches, no problem.
Well, yeah, it's because it's like you said, we have the market over here, and we have systems in play that like show, like Emilio does. Like it stresses me out personally if I had to hit 70, 80 clutches, because I don't have a system like Emilio. Like Emilio has the fucking show scene down, and he also has returning customers. He's been doing this for a lot longer than I have as well. But like, you know, like it's not. First of all, I don't know, Emilio, like, would you, if somebody were to come to you and say, Emilio, I want to breed 80 ball python clutches, I think you would almost talk that out of it.
I didn't hear you.
It said, what would you do if somebody came to you, just came into the game and said, dude, I want to breed 80 ball python clutches? Like, I'm sure you would have a long talk with that person.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's something that you gradually build. Something I've been saying in my chat recently is that I see a lot of people out there in the game switching kind of to try to sell pets.
Yeah.
There is no silver bullet to this game.
Yeah.
There is none. You have to work. You have to build. Whether you do high end, mid, pet, low, whatever you do, there is no silver bullet.
Here's the other interesting fact that I think is going to come into play within the next few years. There's a lot of crazy shit being made right now. A lot. So you're getting a lot of people that have these crazy collections because they spent their money on it. But if now coming in, you can get stuff for relatively way better deals. And they're banger fucking animals. So you're going to have this like era of just fucking crazy looking snakes. So there's going to be this problem, I think, that you really need to get specific with your genetics, because you're going to have so many crazy options. It's going to be hard to stand out at some point. It's going to be hard to stand out. It's inevitable. It's inevitable.
And that's where people fuck up, because they try to spread themselves way too thin, which like, dude, it's impossible to like get every goddamn pop and morph out there unless, even if you have the money, like that's what I'm saying. Even if money was like, it's still like where's your focus? Like, how are you really gonna really like be a professional at that project when you got 20 different other fucking things to figure out? Like
100%.
And then also, what's your name gonna, like, who are people, what are people gonna know you as? So you know what I mean? Like, you know what people do for themselves in this hobby, and it takes years, is they come out with a fucking snake that people remember, and they go, holy shit, that's that dude who made that. And then you're just known for that. But that does not happen overnight. Like, that takes forever. You know what I mean?
That's also my thing, is that's happening so much now that it's like, it's almost like you forget about the last crazy shit that just got made or posted, because some next guy that you never even heard of, like some dude, I forget his name on Insta, he posted some guy in fucking, I think Korea, and he hit this like DG Exanthic Krypton, I forget what, a leopard confusion or something. And I was like fucking blown away. I'm like, and I've never heard of this guy. It's some random dude in Korea, you know? And I'm like, okay, so you're getting these like people, I don't want to call them no-name people, because everyone's got a name. It's just that they're not as big as and well-known as some of the guys in the, you know, top dogs in the industry. But you're getting these guys that aren't well-known just posting like, hey, look what I hit. And it's like, some of these guys have been waiting 10 years, 15 years for this shit. And this guy did it in 2 or 3, you know. So I think
go ahead. I'm sorry. The question going forward,
we're getting to a point. Sorry, man.
Good,
There's like a delay. There's a delay.
You're good. Go, Johnny. Go. You're good. You're good.
No, I just think we're getting to a point that you know, like that wow factor is going to be, it's going to happen a lot. And it's going to be hard to kind of stand out and be like, holy shit, this is what, you know, like when Justin made the Pompeii. Okay, that was a pretty groundbreaking fucking time in
Okay,
in
what
the
year
industry,
was
right?
what year was that though?
I don't even know.
4 years ago.
Yeah, 2021, wasn't it? Or was
Exactly.
it before?
So it wasn't that long ago, yeah. So, you know, but now we're looking and people are just making crazy shit, not even 5 years later. And it's like you talk about it for like what, a couple of days on Insta, it gets shared a couple of times, and then boom, next week this dude hit this fuck. So I think we're starting to see this a lot now, and I think it's going to be an interesting market because it's just going to be hard, I think, to sell higher end stuff because there's going to be a lot of it out there with specific genetics, because a lot of people are going for the trips, right? The what do you call them, pentas, you know, or the quads. So if it's not het for something, you know, a DG, whatever, like triple incomplete dominant, something, whatever. If it's not het for something and then there's one that is, people are going to want to go for the, you know what I mean? Like that specific genetic, I think, because everything's going to be so crazy and look so good.
Everything,
you know, I'm just giving DG an example.
Everything you're saying right now makes me, you know, what pops up into my head is, okay, how could we even come up with a percentage of, you know, devaluation in some of these animals with that many, right? Out there.
These are just
competition.
But these are just prices that we make up, right?
Yeah,
like we just make up prices.
Very difficult. We you know, if someone asks me tomorrow, hey, how much do you think this is going to drop in a year or 2 years or 3 years? It's virtually impossible for me to say.
Impossible. You know, because that's just it. Like we make up these numbers. Like we pick at the end of the day what we feel the value of that animal should be. There's no black book market value of this fucking animal or that animal. You know, it's all emotion. It's all emotion. Like, hey, it took me this long to build it.
The result of the production is what determines what the fuck's going to happen to that morph, like value wise.
100%.
Like
100%. Yeah.
You got, you know, like we talked about what happened with DG, even with Sunset, like all over with the drops, but you got certain incomplete dominants that aren't as affected as much as everything else. They've stayed steady where they're at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you guys stuff like, look at Red Stripe. Like, how long has Red Stripe been pulled out from under the rug, and now it's still fucking sought after? Like, it's like Red Stripe is so necessary in so many goddamn projects.
It is,
like,
100%.
You know what I mean, to this day.
Yeah,
and so
totally.
Yeah, it's really hard. Ramito's right. It's impossible, and it's really inaccurate to even try to predict what the fuck's gonna happen in here, because you also have morphs that aren't even fucking popping that become popping all of a sudden, and now you're like,
dude,
holy shit.
It's just like what I say with the stock market. Like when I was investing in stocks, don't even fucking look at it. You buy your stocks, don't even fucking look at it, because it is an emotional roller coaster, and that's all you're gonna be on. And if you want to take that fucking ride, go for it. But at the end of the day, don't be let down if you're, you know, if you feel stressed out because you see a fucking project tank overnight. You know, I'll be honest with you though. I'll be honest with you. I got a little bit emotional. Like when I talked to you on the last podcast, I don't know if I just got it or I was getting it. I forget. But I had bought in on the DG hypo clown hype, right? But I got the DG clown head hypo male. I got him from fucking Jeremy for 20. Okay. Not even a year later. I think it was like 10 or 11 months. Not even a year. It dropped. He fucking had like some crazy sale, and then he took another 30 points off. Anyways, it worked out. You could got the same male for, what was it, like 8.5? 8,500
with all these other,
with his discount, with his like customer appreciation. So I saw that and I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, dude, really?
He's like,
sorry,
you know, so
I got yeah, exactly. And I made a mistake. I made a mistake about getting emotional. Like I messaged him. I'm like, yo, man, what, like, seriously, what the fuck? Like, you know, like, but at the end of the day, I forgot that's how it was. It's always been that. It's always been that way. Always been that way ever since I was in it back in the day. Nothing's really changed. You know, the backdoor deals, this and that. Like it's people are going to capitalize on something, and then as soon as they start seeing a downturn, right, they're going to start to sell off stock, dude. Jump ship.
But at the end of the day,
it is what it is. You can't get pissed off. You just got to realize.
You got to learn from it. That's it.
you got to get into what you truly believe in.
That's it.
That's
And
it.
You'll never go wrong.
You can't just have everything.
That's it. You'll
And
never
invest
be
in everything,
disappointed.
because you're
Yeah,
gonna get banged.
exactly.
You're gonna get
exactly.
freaking banged.
Yeah.
Hey, that guy is
Yeah.
a desert. That guy is a desert ghost mass murderer. I swear to God.
Oh yeah.
And look, listen,
Absolutely.
dude. You can't get mad at the guy. He was that powerful with DG where he could have that effect, and it is what it is.
Yeah.
Anybody could do that. Justin could do that. Anyone could fucking do that to anything.
You know what's
Let me
funny though?
say-
Like I see a fucking hypo DG clown up at a morph market for like Justin has this for like 20 still, and then you see fucking Jeremy has this for like what, like I think like 12 now or something like that, or lower. I don't know. It's just, that's what I'm talking about. Like it's what people are really valuing their animals at. Like and at the end of the day, that's the price. You know, if someone's willing to pay it, then
That's what
let them
stands.
pay it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep.
You know, you can't
He's just
get
not
butthurt over these prices. You got to just fucking relax and stop looking at this shit if
Yeah,
it's
he's-
pissing you off.
You got to make the next move. That's it. Just fucking
That's
figure
it.
it out.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's it. You know,
He's just not gonna hold them, bro. He's gonna sell them, and that's what he
100%.
does.
Yeah.
And you
Oh,
know
yeah.
what they'd probably say is we've always produced DGs, and this is what we're gonna do.
Yeah, 100%.
They produced DGs before they were even popular, and they didn't care.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, but collection wise though, dude, like yeah, I'm keeping it pretty comfortable. You know, like I don't plan on getting any more racks or anything like that. Like I actually bought more racks than I needed for the time that I've been in it, because I'm accounting for, building my own collection. That's kind of what I got. Like I'm not buying as much anymore. I'm still buying here and there, but I'm pretty happy with the spread of genes that I got. And I just kind of want to build within my own collection now and kind of make some cool stuff and do it what I really wanted to do it for, just build for me, not for, the public essentially. Like I'm not doing it to sell, I'm just selling byproduct.
That's so important to consider too, man. Is like you got people who are getting projects because they're friends or whatever, or it's like, dude, if you're not really feeling that project, who gives a fuck how popular it is? Don't get it. Like if you don't, dude, that shit will change tomorrow. Who knows?
Yeah. It's like I would never have something in my racks that I don't appreciate looking at. Like I would just wanted it to breed it just to get into a project. Some morphs, you got to kind of do that if you want to build from ground up, right? You have no choice. If you want to take it in a certain direction, but like personally, like I wouldn't buy something just to capitalize on it, just to have stock to sell. Like I said, because I don't do this to sell. Like if I don't like personally, like one of my, like I really, really dislike the look of like adult sunsets. So I don't think I would ever appreciate, like having them in my rack. So like when I open my bins, I see this fucking beautiful, bright DG clown, this, that, right? It's so beautiful to look at. I don't think I could ever have something that I don't like personally in the racks, that I open these bins and I'm like, fuck, that looks like I don't think I could do that. Like it would be so frustrating.
Johnny, do you like Ultramel Sunset?
I don't hate it. But I wouldn't say I would ever try and strive to make one. You know what I mean?
Do you have any positives at all
about what? Sunset?
Ultramel, Monarch, anything like that?
Ultramel, like I don't have any. I used to. I have sold my Ultramel stuff just because I had to choose a direction, and I'm like, you know what? If I'm gonna go and I'm gonna throw more money at this stuff, I really want to go the Hypo DG Clowns route. So I just picked a direction. But I prefer Ultramel personally. I just think it looks. I like the lighter look. I do appreciate the look of Monarch. But yeah, the Ultramel Sunset, I think it's probably one of the better looking sunsets for sure. I don't think that I don't think I would put Sunset with really any other recessive other than that if I were to work with it. I think it's a good building block. I've seen that, and then Banana it obviously does pretty nice too. But other than that, again, there's just, for me, looking at my racks, when I go down there, I almost like I can honestly say I can open every tub and I have to stand there and stare at every snake, because it's just, to me, they're just visually so beautiful. that's kind of what I also want in the racks too. Not just like for my projects down the road. I want some eye candy. I want to enjoy looking at the stuff too.
Especially if you're gonna be spending that kind of money on it.
Oh yeah. Fuck. That's the thing. Like I couldn't even imagine, man. Like, oh my God, if I had to spend that much money on a fucking on a
Like,
snake
I'd
that
much
looks
rather
fucking
like
brown.
if I was in sunsets, like that, if I had projects that were sunset influenced, they would be hets. They wouldn't even be visuals. I wouldn't. I rather make
100.
the visual, which I feel like sunset needs to look good through hets versus having a rack full of visual sunsets. Because I'm like you, Johnny. I don't have volume with ball pythons at all. I just want to make what I want to make, and that's it. And
Yep.
and that's it. That's it.
So you made.
I agree.
You made a super like, what was it? Super gravel hypo clown?
I don't want to talk about it.
No. Okay.
Well, only because like I God damn it, like everyone has their strengths, everyone has their weaknesses. My weaknesses, even though it's a strength, is my big mouth. Like I get very excited. I'm a very excitable person.
Dude, I've done it.
And I've talked about hypo fucking me up in the past. And I'm not saying that happened now, but like as I'm looking at these snakes as they're getting closer to come out of the egg, they're not as light as they were fucking 3 days ago.
Yeah.
But I also see that fucking hypo head. So I'm just gonna shut the fuck up and wait for these to come out. And once they do, then out there, because I'm not saying they're not hypo.
I think it's 90%, bro.
I know. But I'm just gonna shut the fuck up. That's it.
But regardless, you're working with stuff that you want to work with, right?
Oh,
you're working with stuff that you wanted. You had a vision. You wanted to make
Big
that.
time.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what's important about this, that, a lot of people got to take away from, man. Like, stop thinking about the sale. Stop thinking about.
I got a question for you, Johnny, because you're obviously tapped into DG Clown stuff. Do you work Cypress at all?
Oh fuck. Well, I don't say that like, oh fuck, I have like tons of it. I for the collection size I have a few nice Cypress.
Have you seen any visual Cypress DG Clown combos at all yet?
I do, and I didn't. Well, I've seen the Cypress DG Clown, and to be honest with you, I was shocked. I didn't really like it. I don't know if it was the light in the photo.
Jeremy Bod has a fucking amazing one.
I want to see it because
I haven't
seen.
I love Cypress.
I love
Cypress. I love Cypress. But I was shocked. I thought it would look a little different as a DG Clown, but I mean, again, that's just it is. I think if it's stacked with things, I think that's where it really shines when you stack. Like I have this Cypress asphalt hypo. It looks insane. Like I would. It's just what Cypress can do is just so, I think, monumental for stacking genes. Is like, I think it's a staple. Like Cypress, Hurricane, those are my two really, really big ones. Special's another one. I really love that. I only have one snake that has Special in it in my collection, unfortunately, but it also has Cypress and Hurricane in it. And together, those three things, it's a Cypress, Hurricane, Special, Clown, and it fucking looks insane. And I usually don't buy, snakes unless it's het for, like, it's a recessive het for another recessive, or at least not double het. But I saw the snake. I got it from Justin, and I saw the snake. I'm like, it's just too gorgeous. Like and it had those three genes all in one snake. So I found that very important, so that's what I also look for, even if it's not a het or double het for something. Like
MJ, what were you saying?
I'm just saying I'm excited because I have a shot at making leopard, cypress, yellow belly DG clowns.
Oh yeah.
I have 8 eggs with that possibility.
Damn.
So
did that male ever end up proving for you?
I don't know. I don't know yet. I have them paired up to 2 females, which I will find out. And so,
dude,
I'll probably know. Yeah. So I ended up buying a hypo 100% double het DG Clown from Jonny, and then like not even in like 2 months after I had him, he hit me up saying, "Yo, put that thing to anything that's pied because it could be pied as well." And so
his sister that I held back proved she's triple het. So it's like, it was crazy.
Yeah.
But that was crazy.
I don't have anything planned for quads yet. And even though like I'm not in a rush to get there, it would still be cool to like
100%.
fucking
Yeah.
what if? Like what if? You know what I mean? Like
Oh yeah,
what
yeah.
if?
They're so cool. That's how you
Yeah.
gotta think, though. That's how you gotta think. I mean, that's the whole fun about this game, man. Is like, it's all up to chance. It's gambling essentially. It's gambling with reptiles.
And you guys both admit when you hit, how worth it is everything that we do, man. Like,
oh, dude,
one good hit, which we've all been
yeah.
there. We've all hit that one animal where we're like, this is why I'm here. Like,
yeah.
this is why we're doing what we do, and it's the most rewarding. You can't even explain the feeling we get in this shit. It's hard. It's impossible. I love it.
Everything goes into it.
You still working pied stuff, Johnny?
No, I never really had pied stuff. Actually, I had my buddy's pied that we did a breeding loan, but she didn't end up going, so he took her back. I had her for so long.
Okay.
I was so pissed because I was looking forward to that one too. But no, I never got into pied. So I don't love pieds. I've never really loved pieds. I love the DG Xanthic pieds though. I think those, like when the lightning pieds first came to be, when MARC made his MJ lightning pieds here, like I was blown away back in the day. But as adults, they kind of hit for me like Sunset does. Like they look pretty cool and golden as little babies, but then they turn into these shit brown animals as adults. And pieds, like the lightning pieds, for me, it just they don't have that same spark they do as babies and hatchlings. But the DG Xanthic pieds, I love those because that's a true black and white.
You did say that you don't like Xanthic without DG.
Yes, that's right. That's why. Like, and that's the thing, because Xanthic browns out.
But brown, to everyone out there, to me, it's not the right term.
Okay.
It turned into a charcoal gray.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Okay. I know what you're saying.
Lover through and through, and guess what? I love Xanthics as adults
Get
as
out
well,
of here,
and it's not brown.
You're telling me there's no brown examples out there? You're telling me there's no brown examples out there?
Well,
or you
there's some ugly mis-ID'd shit for sure, and there's some ugly shit. But
so yeah, it's not brown.
It's like a dark gray.
Whichever way you want to put it.
It's not brown, but goddamn,
like now with all the brown snakes we have out there, man, I wish we'd stop using that term for Xanthics.
All the sunsets.
Okay, yeah. It dulls out. It dulls out. Like it doesn't really do it for me as an adult. So
I'm sorry, man. I'm an Xanthic lover, and MJ laughs when I say this shit. But
yeah, it's all good.
Hey, the whole brown out thing, it hurts my heart.
I don't want to do that, man. I don't want to hurt your heart. And
you know what? I got into Xanthic when no one gave a fuck about it. Myself.
That's the best time to get into something.
I'll be right back.
John Day got into it when no one gave a shit, and we are super fucking proud of where it is today.
Well, hey, man, I will say this. Like, I think that combos coming out now, are really, really cool. I just personally, like, the Xanthic stuff back in the day, like a lot of stuff though, I just didn't see the potential. Like I was just so hyper focused on hypo stuff. That's all I cared about, back in the day when I first got in.
Bro, but everyone gave up on hypo earlier, remember?
I know. Well,
bro,
it was like peaks and valleys.
Everyone was so focused on the fact that, oh my God, hypos, you can't get nothing from them. You can't. It's so cheap. Look at it. A single gene is $100. Bro, that was a mistake.
Yeah, big time. I think so. I still think it's like, and if you had to ask me, quite honestly, I would take, if it was just single gene recessive, hypo to DG, I'm taking hypo. I'm taking hypo all day.
I'm taking them together all day.
Well, yeah. If you're looking at the double visual, I'm talking single.
Yeah.
I'm talking if you had to take a hypo or a DG.
Yeah.
I'm going hypo. I'm not going DG.
Yeah.
I'm going hypo. But together, they're deadly. They're deadly.
Sure.
Like it's a and that's just it. Like I've always been on that same train. I haven't really switched my focus for all these years. Like I came back into the game loving the same stuff I left, the game with.
Dude, I wish I was 5 or 6 years ahead with my hypo stuff, bro.
I know, man. I know, dude. I know. But that's, you can't think about it like that. You just gotta kind of move forward, work with what you got, be happy with what you got, and that's it.
For sure, we're constantly learning from our mistakes from the market's mistakes.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, everything. So
I think anyone's at an advantage if they're as deep as you are with Exantic, because I think again, Exantic is just so like we have not even seen closely what we're about to see with that all the Exantics.
Oh yeah, we're about to see some crazy shit. Yeah, I'm so excited for, and that's the thing. Like, I really don't like negative talk about the fucking market and the game and this and that, because honestly, it's fucking useless. It's counterproductive. You know, I like it more on a positive note. Like, I'm excited to see who's producing what, especially in the projects I'm interested in. Like, that's kind of what my dopamine rush is every time I am on Instagram. Like, am I gonna sign on to Insta now and see the craziest fucking combo just get hit, or you know what I mean? Like, I'm excited for that part of this industry, and I think you really gotta, people gotta switch their mindset, stick, weather the storm, stick in it, even when times are tough, and
adjust.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
And it's all gonna be good.
One of the new things that me and my wife say to my son is we say, "Don't worry," and then he says, "Be happy." And that's it.
No way. That's awesome, dude.
Don't worry, be happy. You know what I'm saying? If at the end of the day, if you're happy and content with what you work with, there's no bad days.
There's no bad days. There's no bad days. That's it. That's exactly how I feel.
Because you're also excited. Like, think about if you are really doing this right and you're producing holdbacks you want to keep, you are always excited. Like, because you're thinking about wow, in 2 years when I breed this thing, or whatever the fuck. Like, you're always thinking about stuff down the road. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Honestly, dude, it's hilarious because like at work, it's so easy for me to like just drift off into my mind, because like, especially when I'm not doing stuff that's like super therapeutic, or I need to like really use my brain with, and it's just like a relaxation massage and I'm kind of fucking just drifting off. Like, I start thinking about combos. Okay, what am I gonna fucking put her to when she's ready? And like, it's just, I love that part of it, and like trying to think of what combos you could hit, and if you do hit, what can I use that one for down the road? Like, it's just, it's why a lot of us do this,
Yeah, and
that's the common ground I'm talking about.
Yeah, and just to capitalize on why I'm excited about that Cypress DG shit is because I made that male and I made that female. Like, those are snakes I produced and held back and raised, that I was excited to breed from day one. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like motherfuckers who aren't happy, dude, they stop thinking about the future. And they stop putting into their goddamn collection. Once you stop putting into what you're doing, it's over. It's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's easy to get discouraged, right? When you see people just fucking making leaps and bounds,
but who gives a fuck about that person?
I'm not worried about them, bro.
Like why are you so worried about, like nobody knows the route that person took. Nobody knows the time that person waited, the
100%.
money they invested. Like that, and I'm not stopping. I'm just saying, like, people are so caught up with other people's success without even fucking putting in the work first themselves.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and that's true. That's the truth. That's the truth right there, dude. And that's why I say that. Like, and that's why, it saddens me to see when people get discouraged, or they get silly, and they get, kind of toxic because other people are living out their dreams or living out their goals, and they're actually reaching them because they're putting in the work, they're putting in the time, they're putting in that effort. And it takes effort, man. It takes, like, when you think about it, this shit takes fucking years of your life, man. Like,
bro, some people never hit what they want. They don't. And if you kind of look at the people complaining all in the comment sections, they never show anything that they hit. They never do. Where's the work? You talk a lot. Where the fuck is your production?
Yeah, bro.
You don't got it. That's why they aren't producing. They're not producing.
Yeah. And that's just it, right? There's a lot of that, but that's the other shit that I don't even pay attention to. Like,
right. No time for it.
Like, no time for it. There's absolutely no time for it. And it's like, I do, like, that's like when and I also love doing this for the fact that, like, when we came into this years ago, there was nobody that fucking wanted to help you. No one wanted to be a part of a community. I mean, yeah, sure, there was a few people on like Reptiles Canada. That was our forum back in the day, kind of like ballpythons.net, right? Or King Snake. That was like, I was a part of all of them. But you know, you'd go on there to ask for help, and there were some helpful people, but then there was people that just fucking wanted to, you know, one up you or talk shit or whatever, right? But like now it's such a bigger community where people are sharing information. You have podcasts like what you're doing, which is awesome because people learn so much from this. People that are just coming in, that are interested, that are scared, they're like, fuck, I don't know what to do, where to get it, even though we have the internet, which is a crazy amount of information at your fingertips these days. But you know, I love sharing my, you know, the trials and tribulations of like keeping ball pythons. And I know I don't have any other species yet. I think next year I might dip into a couple other ones. I'm really
like what? Why don't you say one of the other ones you're going to be going to?
So yeah, so I'm definitely, CHONDROS is definitely on my list.
Boom! Another Canadian. Got him.
I love carpets though. I love carpets.
Carpets are awesome. I love carpets
and
too.
The thing is,
underrated.
The thing is, when I came back in, I didn't know they passed that stupid fucking Lacey Act bullshit, and I can't import any Australian or export any Australian pythons.
Oh, what if they are hybrids?
Haven't looked into that. I don't know, but I will say this: I'm very pissed because all I wanted is like a sick fucking diamond jungle jag, like a gamma line. Just because that was like, I've had a couple of those in the past and they're just such gorgeous snakes. So I do want to dip into other species of snakes, but CHONDROS is definitely on my list. I don't think I want to breed them, to be honest with you. I think I might get one or maybe a pair. I don't know, but I want a couple of showpiece animals. I want something on display. You know, I don't want what I have downstairs in my snake room. I walk in and it just looks like a bunch of fucking tubs everywhere. You know, I want something that I can have out where I'm chilling, you know, like in my living room, you know, kind of being a part of the whole
a conversation piece.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, and ball pythons are that, but you have, it's so weird, man. I brought people, like I stopped bringing people into the fucking snake room, dude, because like, yeah, because they're like, what the fuck do you have in all these things? Like,
I had to explain to my big sister like 5 times like how they prefer it this way. Because she'll come in, stare at the rack. She's like, so they live in here? And I'm like, we've been through this. Don't go there with me. You know what I mean? Like, they're fine. Okay. And, all right. And so we'll walk away.
I know. And we seem like psychopaths keeping these fucking things in tubs. And you get people. So it's just weird. So I'd rather have something that, you know, is a conversation piece that looks a little bit more, you know, I don't know, ethical. I'll say it that way. You know, but,
okay. I did a pre-record episode with because I have surgery tomorrow, so I can't do On the Tree Tuesday. So we pre-recorded it, and we were talking about the shows a little bit, and I talked about the bird building, and I'm like, holy shit! You want to know something that makes us look like fucking goddamn saints? Go look at the bird people. Go look at like the bird industry, bro. And it's bro, wired caging, and it's fucking just. And when they have them out in a big crowd, they're shivering and shaking, and it's like. It's fucked up. I'm like, I don't want nothing to do with that.
No, I don't think I would keep any other species that didn't do well on like racks. That's the thing. Like ball, I don't feel bad for them because they're they're captive bred. That's all they know. It's not like you take a fucking animal from the wild and you put it in this tub. That is all that animal knows. That is its normal, right? So it really, like, to me, it's no contest. Like I don't feel bad for it because it thrives in that. But in a bird,
let's say for instance, if keeping them in racks was giving them stuck sheds, if they weren't eating, they were fucking not we wouldn't have them in racks.
No,
like
100%.
we would all have fucking cages.
Yeah,
because that's what works. We are doing what works for these fucking animals. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Go ahead, Emilio.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of tired of that topic, to be honest.
Me too, man. Me too. 100%.
Yeah.
If it wasn't healthy and good for the animals, we wouldn't be doing it.
But guess what? It's something that we're going to always explain. If we're doing this, we have to. We're going to have
no choice.
It's a part of what we do, dude.
You're going to get people asking like, are they okay in there? Or isn't that
you scratch your head?
Like, you're going to fucking have it. You can't get away from it, bro.
My sister's been in my collection for fucking, I don't know how, and she just likes to ask it. I can tell. I can see it in her face. She just likes. She likes my reaction. She knows what she's doing. You know what I mean?
Knows how to push those buttons.
But I will say, like we only do what we do because we know that's what they prefer. So, all right, we'll move on. We're gonna do wrap up topic of the episode. I'll go with my wrap up topic and then with Big E's. At the end of the day, Jonny, anyone new coming into this, how would you vet your buyers nowadays in 2025? Like, because there are a bunch of people making a bunch of sick ass shit, right? But
Yeah.
you vote with your dollar, and I don't want to bring up a big name, but you mentioned a name on this show before where you felt like justice really wasn't served for you, and so you've been there, like you've been in positions where you're like, fuck, dude, like never do business with that guy again. So like, what's your advice for anyone out there who like they got money? They're ready to spend some money, you know what I'm saying? But who do they spend it with? What's a good, trick or tip out there for that?
First of all, I think that it's easier to do your due diligence now than it was before.
Big time.
When I had went through that back in the day, it was like it was easy to get fucked, and it was easy because, for one, like this industry wasn't that big in terms of like what it is now. So even if guys fucked you, it didn't come back to bite them. Because guess what? I was a nobody back then, and I still am. I'm still a nobody. Like fucking great. But what I'm saying is, my little voice wouldn't have mattered. So personally, if you're gonna come in now, I wouldn't be able to even tell you who to buy from. A couple of guys that off the top of my head, that I will mainly buy from these days is Justin, hands down. Bob, guys in the US, like those two specifically, I feel very comfortable because I just think they're very professional. I like how I like when people show off their facility. I like when people show off, how they keep their animals, because it makes me feel more comfortable. When people don't show anything about their facility or anything like that, it's questionable. It's very questionable. So, you have to, it does raise some questions. But I would say if you got a bunch of money, even if you had a little bit of money, just do your due diligence, get into the community first, start talking to people. Like, don't just go fucking buy something because it looks nice. You know what I mean? Like there's stuff that I see online that looks nice, but it's just, I've never done business with that person. Like, they don't have a lot of reviews. Like, I'm big on reviews, definitely read reviews. If those people don't have a lot, I wouldn't spend my money with them. It takes time to build reviews though. So you got to kind of give people chances, but they kind of got to earn that chance. You know what I mean? So get out there and do whatever you can do to show people that you're worthy of, the sale.
I always say at least see their social media.
That's what I'm saying.
There's always a paper trail for the most part. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Like, if they're posting stories, if they haven't posted anything in like a year, like, it kind of shows you. It kind of shows you how involved they actually are. Because I always look at it as like, if someone as busy as like me or you or Emilio has time to like make posts still, like, come on, what the fuck is your excuse if you don't? So in terms of that, I would say, just you got to be ready to kind of eat it if you're not willing to do your due diligence, and just be careful when you're making purchases.
Do your homework.
Do your homework, man. Do your homework.
What's
so easy to do that.
So pretty much, man. I want to know what's that number one animal you want to hit in the next 3 to 5 years. That it pops into your head immediately.
I don't have one. I'll tell you right now. I'm not gonna lie. I don't have one that pops into my head because I have so much diversity in the collection.
All right, give me your top 2 or 3
then. Okay. Well, I would say.
Let's say, Jonny, let's say you can make it right now. Like, let's say, boom, like you can make whatever the fuck. No, right now, like you could just make it pop up in your incubator. What would it be?
I would probably do something, and I don't know what I would stack onto it, but I would say like it would have to be super hurricane, DG hypo clown, something. But definitely that would be the base of what I'd want, and stacking stuff into that, whether it be cypress and yellow belly in there, but super hurricane, hypo DG clown, something.
This shit is so sick, bro. Like this shit is fucking
like, dude, that
sick.
Girl is fucking just wild.
Look at the head. It don't even look real.
So she was sold to me as a 66% het clown. She actually proved het clown. I got
from who?
Tested. Hans. So every hurricane I have is actually directly from Hans, actually except one that was from Justin, 2 actually. But his like super hurricane stuff, man, it's wild, man. Like I have this DG, Super Hurricane DG I just got from him this year, which almost landed me in a lot of trouble. Not with the wife, with CBSA. Fucking, that was a story, bro. Holy shit. Like that, like, you want to talk about shitting bricks? Fuck, man. Like, oh my God. Yeah. Staring a border service agent in the face, explaining how you're not, you know, going to be breeding this. Yet she pulls up your fucking MORPH market page on,
Oh my God.
Oh yeah. No. Yeah, no, not fun, man. That was the last, yeah.
Wait.
Sorry, Hans,
Is that a rule? Like, if you get something imported, you can't. It's like the rule.
So
you can't read it.
no, so I imported it because I tried to go through Reptile Express because I don't like doing everything by myself. You know,
Right.
I just like keeping it easy, and they do
Right.
everything proper. So I called my boy Sam, and he's like, no, we can't do that, man. We're not doing any Euro imports. So I'm like, okay, fuck. So long story short, I got the one you just showed, that Super Hurricane Hypo clown female, I got from him last year. It went well because he imported it and I imported it like personally, and it went well. And so I'm like, fucking, so I see this DG Super Hurricane that I've always wanted, you know, one of those in the collection, and I seen it later last year, and like in the winter time. So I'm like, I set it up with Hans again. I'm like, hey man, you think we can do the same thing, you know, and I'll scoop it up in 2025. And he's like, yeah, for sure. Fucking bad move, bro, because I got the wrong agent, dude. It was a nightmare.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was very scary. Yeah, it was like I thought I was going to jail, dude. Like, it was fucking, like, she was,
because they were catching you in some bullshit.
well, yeah, because I was obviously bullshitting. I was like, you know, she kept asking me, are you gonna breed this? You gonna breed this? I'm like, nah, I think I'm just gonna keep it, you know, fucking. And she's like, oh yeah, oh, what are these? And she pulls up my MORPH market account, literally looks into me like, she's like, I'm like, listen, lady, I'm a massage therapist. That's my business. I don't do this for fucking, like. And she's like, yeah, I know you're an RMT. I say, like, she looked into me, bro, within like fucking 3 minutes.
God.
And I'm like, okay, you know, it was just a whole, like,
So you found someone who took their job very seriously.
oh fuck, wrong person, man, wrong person. So after that little hiccup, I was like, okay,
Keep going.
yeah. But other than that, yeah, man, I think that would be it, Emilio. I think it was it's something along those lines or something different. My mind is in 3 million places right now, that all these combos, it's so hard for me to like focus and be like, I want to see this, because there's so much that I want to do. You know what I mean? And then it's like, if you hit the odds, right? It's like, so you have to almost have like backup ideas, because, you know, I think I would probably try for something like 2 years or 3 years before I say, all right, fuck it, let's move on to something else.
I feel like if Amelia would have asked me that question, whatever my answer would be, it would change tomorrow.
That's what I'm saying. That's what, and mine will. Like, I'll text you tomorrow.
I don't know. There's so many, like, there's so many avenues and things that I would like, and it's like, and it's all a feeling. It's almost like, it's like, think about all your favorite foods, but they're not all your favorite every day, and it's almost like, today I want it, you know.
Yeah, so flavor of the week, right?
That's what I love. What we do, man. So many options, but
it's great.
What a great episode. Emilio and I do have hot seat questions for you. Mine will be a little bit different since we've already done hot seats, but Emilio, you've never done Emilio's hot seats. Yeah, let's do it. Hot seat questions, guys. Do me a favor, get the likes up. All right, appreciate everyone who tapped in, but it is hot seat questions for the homie Johnny. Johnny, the way this works, the quicker the better, okay?
Yeah, it's you're gonna get some delayed responses. It's fucking late at this point, but let's do this, boys.
All right, we go. Hot seat questions coming in hot. Red Chondro Neo or yellow Chondro Neo?
Red.
First thing you would feed a baby ball python?
Hopper ASF.
One reptile you would import anywhere around the world, what would it be?
You know, I don't know, man. Like, I'm in the snakes, but I would say a carpet, because I can't get one.
What's your least favorite incomplete dominant?
My least favorite?
Yes.
I'd say pinstripe.
What's the number one incomplete dominant?
I'd say I'd have to be hurricane.
I'm gonna pause this. That's kind of fucked up. Out of everything you could have said, you said pinstripe. That's fucked up, okay, dude? That's all I
What?
want to say.
Why?
Because you said that's like the most that's the least favorite. That's your least favorite incomplete dominant.
Yeah, because honestly, I used to have like I got one back in the day. I made some stuff with it, and I fucking despised it because like nothing.
Oh, don't
good.
tell me that. Okay, listen. I do my very best to work with what I love, and I have some double and even triple het pinstripe combos that like.
Okay, but
and I like it, but Emilio's like, don't do it.
Yo, but that's different. We're talking incomplete dominant, 1G,
Yeah,
right?
right. Yeah,
That's it. If it's het, double het, whatever, we're talking a different story now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Good save. Okay. What's your favorite double recessive out there?
Favorite double recessive? I honestly would have to say it depends on the combo, but I would have to say it's pretty safe to say in most of the combos, I would say a DG Exanthic would be pretty up there in my faves for the double recessive.
What's one show you would love to vend in the United States?
Fuck, you know what's funny? I haven't even been to a show in the United States, but I would say if I had to vend, probably Tinley seems like the one to go to. Seems like the good one, which by the way, I do plan, it won't be this year, but next year I do plan on actually attending my first show. It's fucking crazy because ever since I got back in year after year, it's like, it's always something, man, especially with the kids. So.
All right. Last but not least, and then Emilio's turn.
Yeah.
You know, we always give Justin and a lot of other big dog props, but who would you say is one of your favorite up and coming ball python breeders right now? Like some work that you're noticing, and you're like, fuck, that shit is sick. Like, you know, maybe they don't get enough props. You can say yourself too.
No, I would never say myself at all. No,
I would.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I can't think of that one like on the spot because like I haven't been on social media as much as I have in the last few weeks. But
that is true. You're not.
That's a really hard question though, especially with everything that's happening and everybody.
Yeah, because people kind of like So I don't know how to answer that, man. I don't know if I can answer that. Like an up and comer. I'm not even sure, bro. I'm gonna have to pass on that.
Dude,
or maybe the guy in South Africa.
Oh yeah, DJ. DJ's sick.
And
he's young. You know what I mean? Like if you want to talk about like potential and like fucking dude, that guy DJ in South Africa.
Is that Reptile for Reptiles?
Centuries.
Yeah. Okay. Reptile for Centuries, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, okay. I would have to say him then, yeah, because he's got some really really crazy stuff, man, and he's definitely an up and comer for sure.
After that, it gets a little muddy.
I say Prog Morphs. That's one of my favorites.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, Devin's, dude, the stuff he's fucking pumping out this year.
Devin's on another level, dude.
Like,
he's hitting some crazy hypo puzzle.
Yeah, he's really really killing it. I'm happy for him, man. He's really hitting a lot of cool combos.
Mira, I got to say one. Now it's only right if you get to say one.
Yeah. Amazing stuff.
No, you didn't hear what I said.
Go.
You got to name an up and comer that you're really that you're keeping an eye on right now.
Me?
Yeah, you got to name an up and comer.
I said Reptiles for Centuries.
Oh, you did, huh? Never mind. All right.
Yeah.
He gets that. All right. Let's go. Move forward. You're good.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna give you two names, and you gotta tell me what stays. Okay.
Okay.
All right. DG Pompeii or Exanthic DG Clown.
DG Pompeii.
That's
what stays. That means hold on. That's what we're picking.
We're keeping.
Okay.
What stays?
I'm keeping that. Yeah.
Black Pastel Hypo Puzzle or OD Hypo Puzzle.
OD.
Okay. Hurricane or Cypress?
Ooh.
Hurricane. I got to do it. Hurricane. Yeah.
After what you just showed,
you said what you said earlier, but I already had it written down. So, Orange Dream or Yellow Belly?
they go together.
Yeah, they go together so well. But Yellow Belly is so important in so many combos too. So I would have to say, I'd probably have to say Yellow Belly because I love what it does in Clown over OD.
I would agree. OD's getting played.
All right, puzzle or Clown?
I'm gonna have to say clown, dude. I love puzzle, but
Oh,
I
gee,
just
stay true. Stay true.
yeah.
Clown's just too powerful, man.
It's too gangster, man. You can't.
Way too gangster. Way too
Yeah.
gangster. I love puzzle, but you just can't.
I know you hate these two, but you have to pick one, okay?
Don't fucking make me do this.
Sunset or Pinstripe.
Oh, what? That's weird.
Whoa! That's a recessive and an incomplete, bro.
Yeah,
We gotta keep it
Whoa,
kosher.
hey,
here.
listen.
Is that what you want to
listen,
do? Okay.
You know why?
If you pick pinstripe, I'm gonna lose it.
Hey, you hate them, so I'm gonna make you work with one.
Okay. Well, 1,000% pinstripe.
Oh,
1,000%. Dude, you don't understand. You don't understand my hatred for Sunset. Like I honestly, like it is so deep.
That is wild. Krista
Oh yeah, man.
We lost Krista, guys.
But she's gone. Yeah. Hey man, it like again, like if you can, I'll be that guy though. I'll jump on the bandwagon. You show me a fucking combo that blows me away, I'll be like, that's sick.
Me too.
I have yet to see a combo that I said that's sick. I've said, okay, that looks okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, show me a fucking combo, and I'll gladly admit it. But yeah, until then.
But I also admitted that Cypress Sunset combo that Justin posted about a year ago was pretty jaw-breaking and fucking like that was nuts. But moving forward, here we go.
All right, so we've talked a lot about the Drymarchons, me and you. So
yeah.
I'm gonna give you 4 names, and you have to take 2 off.
Okay.
All right, or you keep 2 from the 4. Let's keep it the way it's been. Keep 2 from the 4 I give you. All right.
Okay.
Texas Indigo, Eastern Indigo, Blacktail Crebo, Yellowtail Crebo. Keep 2.
Black and yellow.
Black and yellow. Yeah.
100%.
All right, I agree.
Yeah, man.
All right, then this is a music question, the last one.
Okay.
And I mean it might be funny, but Elvis or Frank Sinatra.
It really depends on the day and the mood, really. What are we talking? Like line up the day for me here. Are we talking beers by a beach, or are we talking making dinner with the wife? What are we doing?
In the car running errands.
In the car running errands?
Yes.
Fucking Elvis, baby. Elvis.
Yeah,
I like that.
100%. Yeah.
But at the beach, some Sinatra.
He could pull off Sinatra in both cases. I mean, Sinatra's good anytime, but Elvis is just like a more of a pump up. You know, I feel like when I'm cooking with the wife and shit, you know, we play some music. Sinatra is more of like a cooking type music, you know, for me.
I had the most epic Sinatra playlist for our dinner wedding party that we had in Mexico. Sick. And I still have that playlist. And every now and then I just go back. I love Sinatra, man. Like that's one of my mom and my grandma's favorites. So good choice. Fuck yeah.
I need to listen to more of that stuff, man.
Dude, you know what? It got me into it. Like I love all the old school stuff, especially like the 50s and 60s. And that's kind of what inspired my logo is like,
I could tell.
You know? Yeah. Like, I just love that era, man. I got like this old soul. I've always loved that music. I just wished I was in that time, you know? Like, I don't know, dude. Crazy.
Yeah, I'm like that with the 60s and 70s. Well, like 80s too, but like mainly because I grew up on all my dad's music. And so
100%.
I love that shit too. But I honestly, I'm a music head by heart. I love it all. I really do.
Me too.
I you know, all around the board, I love it all. So is that it, Emilio? Did we know that?
Yeah, that's it. You know,
perfect.
That Elvis and Sinatra question is simple. I asked homeboy his favorite musicians, you know, and we make it all about Jonny, you know.
Yeah. Well, okay. So that's what all those questions for.
Yes.
You kind of use them kind of against me. You use my own. That's good, man. I like that. Yeah. That's crazy.
I like the shock factor where I don't want to know nothing about you. Emilio will hit your ass up and fucking interview you. And then he plots his questions, which
you know, I like that though. I like that. I was like, fuck, I gotta do some homework right now. I'm like, damn, okay. This guy's making me work.
I messaged the guest and I told him I need to have this by Monday midday.
That's what he did. Yeah, he messaged me Monday morning. No, I'm kidding. I need this in 30 minutes.
Hey, listen, Jonny, it was a pleasure to have you back. I appreciate you. Why don't you just drop all the plugs where people can follow you at?
Yeah, realistically, I'm mainly just on Instagram. I have a Facebook as well because it links to it, but realistically, it's just Jonny Pythons. You can find me on Instagram. that's pretty much where I'm at. I spend most of my time on there, and that's pretty much it, man. I
right.
do, appreciate you getting me on here. I love shooting the shit about reptiles in general, but especially ball pythons. We're all enthusiasts here. I just don't get to talk about it enough at home, man. Like, I try to talk about it with the wife. She just absolutely gives me the weirdest looks ever, man. So I appreciate it. Love what you guys do. I think this is amazing, and I love to see how it's grown too, man. Since the last time we spoke, fuck, you're on every day, 7 days a week. Before you were just doing it, I think, what, a couple days a week?
I was doing it 3 days a week for like about 4 years.
Yeah, man.
And then I've committed to 7 days a week for over a year now. I want to say June is late May of last year is when I announced I was becoming a network, and then rolled out 7 days a week. I think like a month after that.
Dude, it's amazing. It's amazing to see where you guys have come, man. So congratulations on that.
All right. Well, listen, I know we're going to have you back here someday, so I appreciate it. For now, guys, go give him a follow on Instagram, Jonny Pythons. Give it up, ladies and gentlemen.
Awesome.
All right, Jonny. Thank you
Thanks
so much. Bye. Have a good night, bro.
Bye, everybody.
This guy picked pinstripe over sunsets. That's a personal decision right there.
That was a hell of an episode. And
financially, that makes 0 sense. I cannot believe he said that. But he's not in it for the money. He don't give a fuck.
Yeah, he made that perfectly clear. Glad we had him on. He's awesome. Got to know him better. Messaging people here and there through Instagram. Yeah, you get to know him, but he's fucking awesome, man.
He's one of the good ones. And one of the stories, from Johnny's first episode on Trap Talk was like knowing that a bigger name was able to kind of like get one up on him, and but it didn't deteriorate him from fucking coming back and still wanting to do it because he loved it. And I feel like no matter what, like, you're going to go through some crazy shit in this hobby. Not everyone gets ripped off, but like, if it does happen to you, it shouldn't keep you out of it. Like this is a part of what we do sometimes. The goods, the bads, it's fucking, if you really love this shit, you'd stick it out and you always figure it out.
Roll with the punches.
Roll with the punches. Right. Because dude, at the end of the day, you figure it out. You always figure it out. I feel like I don't know how many times, I don't know how many situations I've been, especially in the beginning, where I'm like, how am I gonna do, dude? If you love it and your head's in the right place, you're gonna fucking figure it out, dude. It's all gonna work out. So you're right. Good episode. This was awesome. Glad we had Jonny on tonight.
Yeah, man.
Big E, Top G, Villain Reptiles on Instagram. Go follow and subscribe to the V Unit. One of the sickest chats in the game. I appreciate you so much, Big E. But give it up. It's wrap for Emilio, Villarena Reptiles. Ladies and gentlemen.
Good night, everyone.
Big E. Have a good night, buddy.
Bro.
Peace. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tapping in tonight. Before you guys head out of here, make sure you get that like button smashed. Hit the like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. Select all. By doing those things, you will be reminded of every single podcast released out of the network 7 days a week. Just to remind you, Monday through Sunday, you can catch a brand new episode right here on the Trap Talk Reptile Network. And also to remind you, all audio platforms is where you can listen to all new episodes as well. So in case you're into that, please go check it out. And also, guys, go check out MORPH Market's YouTube channel. Go subscribe. Check out Brandon Wheeler's vlog that I just dropped, and be ready for All in the Tree Tuesday going down right here on the Trap Talk Reptile Network. Had a good time tonight, guys. Before I let you go, check out the sponsors and enjoy the rest of your evening. Sorry for the interruption, folks, but a quick word from our sponsors.
Hi, I'm Devin.
I'm Teresa, and we are Pragmores. We are based in Czech Republic, a small country in the middle of Europe.
We really love animals that revolve around multi-recessive projects, and one of our very favorites is Hypo. We're really looking forward to clutches that are coming this season, and some of those are Hypo Clown, DG Clown, Hypo DG Clown, and one of our all-time favorites, Hypo Puzzle.
Hope you enjoyed the next episode on Trap Talk, the greatest reptile network in the world.
If you guys want to see next level cutting edge ball python projects, please make sure you head over to their Instagram to follow all their amazing work, and head over to their website to see what they could possibly have available by heading over to progmorphs.com. Thank you again, Devin and Teresa, for bringing some of the biggest heat worldwide in the ball python game. If you want to be organized, if you want to be cutting edge in the ball python game, then you don't want to miss this. Shout out to today's sponsor, and that's Clutch, #1 ball python organization app in the game. No better place to start off than by using this app. Clutch is an organization app that helps you organize all your ball python projects. It also helps your peers and your fellow community members look at what you possibly have coming for the upcoming ball python season, what you have currently available on MORPH Market. It's so awesome to be ahead of the game by using organization app like Clutch. Thank you so much, the entire Clutch team, amazing team over at Clutch. If I were you, I would head over to Clutch's Instagram account, and I would also head over to their website, try it out, see how it works for you. But especially if you're just now coming into this, before you build your reptile collection, I would do it organized, and I would do it with Clutch. Thank you, Clutch, for being so amazing. Excited to hear what Clutch has to bring in the near future. One of the biggest growths we have in the reptile industry today are the rare species of reptiles that aren't worked with. That's right. That's why I went ahead and partnered up again with Brian Susan over at SUNDOWN Reptiles. Brian works with species such as kahua geckos, gargoyle geckos, all species of tree monitors. He works with abronia and many other cool species geckos that you can check out all on his website. Head over to sundownreptiles.com, see what he has available. Brian's one of the best doing it in the reptile industry today. He's been on the show multiple times, so make sure you check out all of Brian Susan's episodes on Trap Talk Reptile Network. But more importantly, for the highest quality of captive bred reptiles, make sure you head over to sundownreptiles.com and make sure you give him a follow on Instagram. Thank you again, Brian Susan over at SUNDOWN Reptiles. One of the things I love about being a part of the reptile industry is all the learning, okay? Learning can be fun, and I can prove that to you. Thank you so much to today's sponsor, it's Gary Scavino over at GS Reptiles. I highly recommend you head over to his YouTube channel, follow all this man's content when it comes to learning about rare species of snakes you could be keeping in the hobby, and also just finding out how easy a lot of these rare species of snakes are to keep in general. So thank you so much, Gary Scavino of GS Reptiles. Again, head over to his YouTube channel. Also head over to his Instagram to be on top of all of his current work and be ready for a big year over at GS Reptiles. Thank you so much, Gary, for your ongoing support. I really appreciate it. Cheers.